Hello, everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. I started talking, but Charlie, you can do the intro. I just wanted to make a noise and be heard and to be important for a second. It's all right.
All right, back in your box now, Will.
Yeah.
Take it down. Right. Welcome to Encounter Roleplay. Welcome back to Tentacle Tuesdays. Rest in peace. Peace? Sure. Pieces, Agatha. Slain too soon. Taken down in your prime. Let's go around, say hello to the casting crew, who I hope will be staying and not be sending me their contract and saying I want out. Let's go around, say hello to the wonderful Amelia. How are you doing, friend?
Hey, I'm good. I've been busy the last few days, and today I learned that you shouldn't put hairspray in your eyes. So every day is a school day.
Top tip.
Yeah.
And who are you playing tonight?
Today I will be playing Laure Belvon, who is an heiress who had an interesting time last week. I heard
there was a dungeon.
There was a dungeon. Oh yeah, God, you missed the whole sex dungeon thing. Yeah, this is apparently what happens if you miss 2 weeks on the trot. You come back and you're immediately thrown into what became known as the sex dungeon, which is nice. So, you know, if anybody else fancies a go in the sex dungeon, that's what you've got to do, apparently. But she's out now, thanks to a murderer.
I don't think we'll use that as a new ERP tagline to sell people coming here, but maybe.
Probably not. But I will tell that story as often as possible.
It's a good story. And welcome back to Tom, the wonderful Redundant UK. How are you doing, friend?
Hi. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I'm quite tired, but I think I've just about enough energy to get through Call of Cthulhu. I've always got enough energy to get through Call of Cthulhu. I'll be playing Reggie, who is I suppose you could say a con man, but he's nothing at the moment, who is currently hiding from the entire island with Elsie. So that'll be fun.
Very nice. And thank you very much to Joe Odin for that donation, £20.
Yes, that is, of course, a bane for the killer of Agatha. # justice for Agatha. Also a boon for Professor Wilkes, as I did provide the crit that sealed her demise.
And
that's
speaking
cool.
of Professor
No, that's fine. This is all fucking fine. Like, there was 3 hours of role-playing last week. A bunch of different things occurred. She was in a fucking sex dungeon. She had to escape from fucking hoodlums chasing her down. She was fucking running down through the rain. She was chased by... No. Yeah. That fight. Let's focus in on the only thing that happened last week in like a 5-minute section where...
Cold-blooded murder.
I mean, the blood was quite cold.
How are you doing, Adam?
I feel great. I feel like $1 million.
Sounds like you're over it. You're not better.
No, I'm really happy to be here. It's going to be wonderful, I'm sure. I expect to hear more about her great good works in the community and whatever else I've cut off with this saint's lifeline or whatever. But yeah, I'm playing Professor Wilkes, murderer and sometimes academic, I guess.
And if you missed the slaying, you can catch all of our shows here on Encounter Roleplay over on the YouTubes. We are rapidly approaching 20,000 followers. I think we were just 100 short last night. We are ramping our way up. So if you like a good granny killing, that's where you need to go.
If you want to watch it in slow motion, if you want to get separated back to like 0.25 and just watch that. It's real good.
And someone else you can catch all over our YouTube, the wonderful Laugh Love Lindy. Welcome back, friend.
Yeah, and if you go a few seasons back, I played a grandma that got killed. So, you know, full circle. But yeah, I'm Lindy, and I'll be playing Elsie Clark today. She's not feeling that great. The situation, if you asked her, it's just not great. It's not great. But, you know, she's got her rival here with her, and I'm sure that they'll just, it's gonna be okay, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm excited to be here and playing today, though. This is a shitty island.
And last but not least, the cold-blooded slayer of will in private green room conversations, Panda.
So
My
Agatha
oppressor.
just gave me hope more than anything, and I think that's what I'm going to miss about her most.
God, I hope you find a baseball bat, because, you know, it's just rubbish when you can't find one at any point. Maybe you should... Oh, by the way, another thing that everybody's just missed out. Hank's currently laying in bed with Virginia. Just putting that out there as a little piece of information for everyone to just gestate over.
I'm not laying in
The
bed.
war begins.
I may have alluded that things happened that didn't to make me seem more important. But that's
Yeah,
not
like half the important people on the island think you guys are banging, so that's well worth catching up on in the next few minutes, I hope.
Wait a second. The last I knew,
Void
Virginia
Smoker,
was
where
in
are you with the... Where's the
Reginald's
art
bed.
of these two in bed, Void
Reginald
Smoker?
was on the
Where's
floor.
the art of these two fucking spooning in, like, the world's shittest bed? Where's that art?
Shout out to Void Smoker, our wonderful
my
artist.
Void
commissions
Smoker, you're amazing.
between me and Void Smoker and nothing to do with the public consumption.
Speaking of the public and the wonderful chat, you can interact with today's game by checking out the donation options down below, hitting that retweet button to crank us up towards 20 retweets, which will unlock a tabletop loot dice giveaway. 5 subscribers will also unlock that, and also clip. If we do something ridiculous, clip it so we can save that for all time and repeatedly bring it up. And
What's that
at this
look like?
moment, I would like to pass over to past me to talk about the other sponsors involved in the channel. Before we begin today's show, I would like to take some time to remind you about our sponsors. Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. All of the beautiful maps and rolls you see tonight are done using Fantasy Grounds, which you can try for free at fantasygrounds.com. You can also get all of your miniatures from Wayland Games. Go to waylandgames.co.uk and get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer and 40k minis for up to 20% off regular retail price. And Tabletop Loot, who sell incredible dice. Go and check them out at tabletoploot.com.
Yeah.
Yeah! And we're back, and I made the music on the stinger work this week. I'm very proud of me. And I think without any further ado, it is time to hand over to our wonderful keeper, Will, Encounter Roleplay formally, who has promised, because it's October 1st, extra spooks today.
That's right. Today's gonna get really fucking spoopy in some dark ways. Yeah, fantastic stuff. So I'll do a quick recap of what happened last time on the show, focusing largely on one moment, and then we'll jump into today's episode because I got a little bit carried away with my notes last night, so I want to try and cram all of it in because I'm excited about some of the stuff that's coming up. So last week, Miss Belmont ended up in a sex dungeon. She escaped after Professor Wilkes had briefly traveled to a place that was not Earth, spoke with a weird guy, got a weird sign on his hand, was told to murder someone. He swiftly did, murdered Saint Agatha, the old crone in the kitchen.
Please, for the love of God, don't ever defend me in fucking court. He got a bit of a sign, maybe he talked to a guy, I don't know what the full story. Then he killed a dude, it's weird.
The details aren't too important right now. This is just the court of public opinion. So,
already been decided.
Tabloids. Yeah, and then he murdered Agatha, managed to free Law, thereby redeeming himself of all past misdeeds, maybe. The two of them decided to escape. Meanwhile, Elsie managed to escape, found Reggie. They've headed off to Domenico's house because they're being chased by all of the people on the island, it feels like. Meanwhile, Hank had a bit of confrontation with young Mr. Archie Virgil and some of the sailors, managed to see them off with a little bit of deception, and did lead on a little bit that he had been having some alone time with Virginia while she was asleep. So we'll just focus on that one. Linger on that one for a couple of seconds. Let that one sink in. And that's about where we left things off. Hank's at the motel with Virginia. Reggie and Elsie are at Domenico's house with a very drunk, now passed out Domenico in their back room. And Wilkes and... so many fucking names. Wilkes and Law are together escaping from the estate on Glumthorn Isle. So that's about where we're going to pick things off. And we'll pick up right where we left off, in fact, with Wilkes and Miss Belmont. But before we do, we will do a little Tentacle Tuesday game to begin with, which is one of these characters here will receive a sanity blessing. A boon, if you will, a redemption of sanity in terms of to get some back. Who gets some back? Is that how we do it? Do we do the good one at the beginning, right? I am right.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
you do it whichever way round you want to do it. You want to give us 2 veins, you give us 2 veins. I mean, I'm not the boss of you.
The power that I have. All right, we'll get that rolled here in a second. You guys can vote in chat. But let's pick up with Law and Professor Wilkes. So the two of you have just escaped from the Virgil estate. It's dark and rainy outside, and about the time that we're at now is sort of just past dawn, if you were to look at the timepiece. But of course, it's storming still outside, has been for the past 2 or 3 days at this point. And the two of you have just gotten out the front doors. You're in the courtyard. There is the large sort of stagecoach building to your right, and to your left there is the open gates out of here that you've recently seen several cars exit from. So you think you might be out in the clear at this point. Of course, to remind you guys, Wilkes is sort of covered in a bit of vomit and puke and other worse things. And Law's spent 2 nights... Yeah, and Law's spent 2 nights in a sex dungeon, so she probably doesn't look great either. Quite disheveled, the pair of them.
Oh, it's
They
disheveled
look like they've just had... Yes, that's true. So the two of you are outside. What do you do?
Does it look like there are any lights on inside the stagecoach building?
It is completely dark in there.
Okay, I think we should have a look in there, see if there's some transport or something. I don't fancy the walk all the way back in this, no?
What?
Come on. I just lead him very, very gently by the hand in the direction that I want to go.
Yeah, you start leading a bewildered Wilkes into the darkness of the building.
I'm going to use my lighter.
yeah, a little lighter to take a look inside. Unfortunately, it looks like all of the cars have been taken. Out of character, we know that Elsie's taken one, and which is now rusting somewhere at the doctor's place. And recently, the other Virgils and sailors have taken a car out of there as well. So it's empty aside from some old sort of equipment which is lying around, and bucket of an old pail of water, and some oil lying around, some rags, that kind of stuff.
I'll take the rags and stuff them into my pocket, because you never know when stuff like that's going to be useful. Is there anything else I can see around that could be used as a weapon? Could be used as a...
There's some rope, which, while not really a real weapon, could be used in some makeshift manner, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to grab that and coil it up and sling it over my shoulder. Rags in my back pocket. Doesn't look like there's much here.
They drove away.
Yes. Good.
A little while ago.
Well, that's good.
They're probably after Miss Clark now.
How do you... What?
They're... She was with me before. I don't think she's still in the manor.
Oh.
I think maybe she's in danger too.
Do want to go and find her?
Yes, that's a good idea. Yes, let's do that.
Did they give any sign of where they might be going?
I mean, I don't know. The doctor maybe. He's quite nearby. I think she would have to be. If she got away, she may be dead already.
Who was chasing? I don't understand. I've been manacled to a wall. With your words. Come on.
What was? Oh, I see. I read the book. I didn't want to read the book, but he insisted, and ever since then, I didn't quite know where I was. Then I was behind the wall, and she was nowhere. I haven't seen Miss Clark anywhere. I don't think she's safe.
Do you mean that book?
Oh yeah, that's right. Good point.
That book.
That'll make it a little bit clearer for everyone, wouldn't it?
There it is. It's the book.
Oh yes, this book. Yes.
You didn't want to read it,
You shouldn't read the book.
but you did.
He insisted, and
Mr. Wilkes. I don't understand what's going on.
There are elements in the well. Certain things. It's like a tributary. You see. You know, like a river.
Yes, I understand.
Yes. You know. So you understand. And some things form a kind of. Well, it's all been very theoretical. You see, nobody actually thought it was here. Yes. So
Who was
a conduit
it
can
that
be
made
opened.
you?
Conduit. The older. Oh, what is the Virgil man? The older Virgil. He might. I don't think he's quite above board.
The rich and the powerful have strange hobbies sometimes. I think the best we can do is get out of here, yeah?
Yes, we should definitely take this and get to another part of the world with great alacrity.
You know
This
what?
is the key.
Let's just say yes. The key, yes, of course. This makes perfect sense.
We need to.
Whatever you need to leave here
we need to
and
take
go
this
somewhere else.
very far away. If we can find the others, that's
I think that would be
small
helpful.
benefit, I suppose. But realistically, the only thing that matters is this not being anywhere near this island.
Well, you say that, but if the others are chasing them, they must be of some worth, no?
The others.
Is there a reason?
The others being chased. Oh yes, Miss Clark. She must.
If they're
be in danger
chasing
now.
them, there's a reason. Nobody chases without a reason.
Yes, I think it would fall under the silencing of witnesses.
Well, then we need as many witnesses as possible. If we don't succeed, then somebody should.
Yes, quite. Let's go quickly.
Come on, then. Get your cups and kind of take the sides of it and kind of pull them tight around him like he's a little boy about to have his first day at school. All right, you ready?
Ready for what?
Well, the rain and the wind mostly, and who knows what else. We'll find out.
Oh yes,
Come on.
the rain.
Make it up as we go along. It'll be fun.
Okay, I'm yes. We probably should go very, very quickly.
Then let's do that. And I'd lead him outside and kind of just give him a very gentle push on the lower back because I want to see if he's actually going to run or creep.
I'm just going to walk forward. If she doesn't direct me, I'll probably just walk straight into trees. Like
Okay.
it's that level of walking. If she gives me a gentle push and there's something in the way, I'm going to walk into it.
I'm going to
So
let
if
him
there was a
walk into
car
the tree.
nearby, yeah, I'm just going to bonk off a tree and be like,
And then just gently steer him towards the exit. Come on, it'll be all right. That's your head, is it okay?
I think I can say quite categorically that it won't. But
Well, it'll be better than here. Or worse, but different.
difference.
Think of it as a science experiment. Want to see what happens?
We're so far from science right now.
Right, what can we see down this road?
Okay, so yeah, down the road leads back to the town, back to back to civilization, I guess. Beyond that lies the dock. I mean, right now it's just a dark, wet trail before you, kind of muddy and very rainy. You know the way back because you've walked it a couple of times and you've been, in a car once or twice as well. So you sort of know the way to both the doctor's house and then back down to the town. So depending on which way you'd like to go.
I'm not feeling particularly trusting of other humans right now.
It's understandable. What about non-humans?
Not trusting of them either, but at least they're more predictable usually. I would say the men that took me in the car probably were hanging around that warehouse for a reason, and it also looked like that might be a good place to get transport out.
Okay. Yeah.
How much do you trust the doctor?
I don't know him at all. I mean, he seemed a little infatuated, I thought, with Miss Clark and you, actually. But that might just be because you are a miss.
Yes, he didn't seem to be particularly swimming in female attention, did he?
No, but there aren't that many women on the island.
No. I wonder why. Anyway, I'm not sure. I'm not above using my feminine wiles, whatever they may be, to help us, but maybe for now.
Wild, yes, do that. I've
What?
probably lost my book.
You drop it in the mud for a second, and they just leave.
Sorry, hold on. I have the key to all realities right here. Hold on, I'll leave it on this tree while I have a chat.
I'll also say that the doctor's place is a whole lot closer than getting down to the town,
Okay.
which is a couple of hours walk. Yeah.
Okay, so you want me? Oh God. Okay. Well, at least it'll be warm, and maybe we can get him to rustle up some food or something. Better than last place.
Yes,
Okay,
that's definitely better than the last place.
come on. Let's get him
Okay.
out of the rain. And start
Oh, yes,
leading
it
him
is.
towards the doctor's place.
Okay. You head over, and maybe about a half an hour walk or so, maybe a little longer, of Wilkes needing to be sort of walked as though he's a grumpy child. You see the doctor's place. You can see that the door, in fact, is open. There are lights on inside, and it seems like the doctor, you can tell just by his sort of diminutive, sort of furtive hunch that it must be him, is standing by the door with a lantern looking out into the night.
I turn to Wilkes. I go, perhaps it would be a good idea for you to hide the, and I point to the book. Is there some... Oh,
I think I actually probably still have the knapsack that I had from before, so I probably can put it into that.
people sometimes take
No,
things
you're
like that.
I'm gonna put it away in my nightmare. The If You're Old children's TV show knapsack. Old and
Okay,
British, obviously. It doesn't really matter. If you're not, you're just fucked. Like, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, whatever happens, do not let anybody take that. You don't put it down?
Oh yes. I think
Or
definitely
we could-
so.
Or we could hide it a different way.
No. We shouldn't leave it alone.
No. I mean on you.
Oh, the book? I don't think it would fit in my... Okay, I'm actually going to be like... It doesn't fit inside my jacket. I think the bag is the the bag, I think, is the only
Okay.
option.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go in and don't judge me.
Judge you?
I just undo an extra button and
I'm
ruffle
gonna
my
look
hair
like
a little bit more.
I have no idea what you could possibly mean about judging you. At this point, you could probably undo all your buttons and go in fully naked, and I'd still be like, this seems okay.
I don't think. Wilkes' judgment might be shot.
And I grab his hand and pick up the pace and kind of run as best I can, like stumble run, making a big hammy effect of how panicked I am.
Oh, in that case, I'll probably will fall over in the mud just for help, you know.
Oh no! What a shame.
No, not because, you know, any other than like my level of grace has probably been reduced to like 3.
right.
And I kind of scramble to help him up. And I'm going, doctor, and see if they.
Yeah.
Kind of
So
keeping my
immediately
voice
you'll
hushed,
notice.
but urgent.
Yeah, you'll notice that the doctor seems to be looking around, and you'll see the look on his face straight away is of sort of great distress. He looks very, very worried, as though he's been standing here looking out into the rain and fretting for some time. As he sees you coming, he says, Miss Belmont is... Oh, Professor Wills, come in quick. Close the door.
Okay. And I huddle him in again, like small child. In you go, and close the door behind us. Oh, we've had the most terrible time.
I'm afraid something terrible has happened. Something terrible. Miss Clark was here not so long ago, and, well, some people came looking for her, and I'm afraid they're trying to kill her.
Why is... Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, are you okay? They didn't hurt you?
Oh, no. I'm fine. But Miss Clark is certainly...
And I rest my head on his chest just for a second, like I'm trying to get my breath back, and I'm so happy to see him.
He says, right, okay, well, I rather think that this place might not be safe. They might be looking for...
What tipped you off?
I'm going to just let out a high-pitched laugh at this point.
Are you quite well, Professor?
No. Miss Belmont is...
I've had an awful time. They chained me up. They tried to... Oh. I don't think they're very nice people.
I'm terribly sorry to hear all of that. Do you need medical assistance? Have you been hurt?
No, I'll be fine. It just...
Okay, well, here, take this tonic. And he sort of pours something out and hands it to the both of you. It steadies the nerves. It's mostly alcohol. Now listen, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I'm certain you're all in grave danger now. Most likely the rest of your friends are as well. Now,
yes, where is Miss Clark? Miss Clark.
I take the 2 glasses of tonic off him, and as I turn to Wilkes, I pour both of them onto the ground and then hand him the empty glass. I'm kind of going, better, thank you.
I, on the other hand, am holding my glass like this.
Well, they said she escaped and they were angry and chased after her. They said they were going to look at the motel for her, so I would avoid...
she was here?
She was here, yes, but anywhere. They could be looking all over the place. I'm not sure.
What do they want? Why is this happening?
She was wounded. She had been attacked. She said that she said nothing had happened, that she'd fallen downstairs, but I saw knife wounds on her, several, in fact. I tended them as best as I could, and she lay there in that bedroom, and then they came knocking an hour or so ago. I've been worried ever since.
You seem nervous. Are they coming for you too?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I said I didn't know anything, and that they were angry at me, but they might come back for me. I don't know, but...
Do you want to come with us?
Okay. No. I can't. I have too much here, but you need to get off the island or somewhere safe.
How? Tell us how.
There's... Well, the only place I would go to lay low would probably be Mr. Domenico's house. He has several weapons I've seen there, and, well, I think you might need some weaponry in a time like this to defend yourselves. And it's close to the docks, and you might be able to steal away on a boat or something there. I don't know.
We must get away on a boat.
Yes.
But the docks will be guarded heavily. You will not want to go there without something to defend yourself with.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything that would be helpful? I wouldn't normally ask, but this seems...
A knife. I have some medical equipment, some
yes, that would be
laudanum.
wonderful. Please, anything you can.
Time like this. He sort of gets his own little knapsack and starts just like putting some bits in it, and sort of hands it off to you. There's a few bits in there that might be helpful, and he finds you, a small but sharp knife as well. It's not much, but close quarters might be able to do something.
Thank you. And I take that and just stow it in my belt for now.
At this point, you look like Rambo. You've got like a pistol, several knives, rope over one shoulder.
Oh God, yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
A bow and arrow, like there across your face, mud.
Oh God, I'm like.
You walk out of the doctor's
Lara
house
Croft
and just like
cosplay.
heavy metal just starts playing as the two of you step out.
Unfortunately, that's going to be heavy metal as she walks out, and then like a wah 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 as I follow. Right?
Okay, we can do this. Thank you so much, Doctor. Do you think there's anything else that would be helpful or any advice? Otherwise, I think we're...
I'm gonna start like gently sort of tugging on her sleeve like this.
What is it?
Must go.
Okay, we'll go. Thank you, Doctor.
Well, Godspeed.
I give him a little kiss on the cheek.
He blushes, even in this darkness.
Doctor rolls high direction.
And I take Wiltz's hand and head out of the door.
Okay. The two of you start heading down.
As we're walking, I hand him the knife, because I've already got one. Mine's better. It's for you. Do you not want it?
Just standing there holding the knife out like this at full arm's extension.
And I'll kind of just gently press down on his elbow and fold his hand in, like concertina his arm back towards his chest, so he's kind of holding it there, and then guide his hand down so he puts the knife in his belt. If he's wearing a belt, I'm assuming he would be.
Probably.
Or not.
Something's that effect, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The two of you start heading down the road. Alright, so we're going to cut over to Hank and Virginia at the hostel, and we'll get to Elsie and Reggie here in a minute. So, Hank, still pretty drunk, but it's been a little while since you saw those three sailors and Archie head off into the night. You know that Reggie and Elsie have headed off to Domenico's place. Now, you're still sort of like, are you still like looking out the window?
Can you remind me? Sorry, I did write it down, but I can't see it in my notes. The guy whose hostel motel this is.
Mr. Turnbull is his name.
And he's an old gentleman, yeah.
He's an old, sort of owlish looking fellow who has since disappeared, actually. He's gone back into his room.
I'll shut up the door from kind of finishing my cigarette outside. And I'll walk and give his door a bit of a knock. A
few moments later, he opens the door. Yes.
Mr. Turnbull, was it?
Yes.
I'm sorry for that commotion, but it looks like it's dealt with. It looks like there's some trouble going on. Are you safe in here, old man?
I'll be fine.
Have you got any kind of weapon in there to... Sounds like there's a lot of going on out there.
That's my business.
I'm just trying to make sure you're safe, sir.
It looks as though the danger has passed.
Well, you have a good night.
Wordlessly, he closes the door.
Hank's gonna go up to... there's nothing in the corridors. Again, I'm just looking for... I've still got this kind of chair leg that I'm waving around with me. There's nothing else.
It seems to be empty. Yeah.
I'll walk up to Virginia's room. And I'll give it a loud knock from the outside.
She'll wake up and kind of look around, be confused about which room she's in and where she is, and then glance towards the window, remembering the lights down on the dock and the storm. And then another loud knock from Hank's hand hits the door, and she'll wrap the blanket a bit closer to her and go to the door.
Hank will kind of stand there awkwardly. I'm sorry, it's early or late, Miss Virginia, but there's been some going-ons.
What's happened, Hank? Is it Mr. Hobbs?
You see, I think Miss Clark got herself into a bit of bother, and
I see. Oh.
There's some stuff
Spider
going
just
on
dropped down right next to me and scared the bejesus out of me. Come here. Get out of the way. Thank you. Please carry on.
Well, she looked pretty hurt. She climbed from my window. I think she was trying to get...
What was she doing climbing out of windows?
I was climbing into my window. I think she thought I was Reggie. I don't...
Oh.
They've gone off together, but there was some fellas looking for a Mr. Was that Mr. Virgil? The young
which
one.
one?
Not the old bastard. Not the old bastard. The young one. But he had this real nasty look in his eye. Someone that...
Oh dear.
He wasn't happy, and I'll be honest, I don't particularly feel safe here anymore. Perhaps we could find somewhere else just to get ourselves out of bother here.
Say, I'm thinking that's a good idea. I mean, we ain't had nothing but trouble since we've been here, right?
Yeah, well, I may have had to spin a quick yarn about me and you.
You hear an engine pulling up outside.
Oh.
Okay. Just stay in your room. Wait until... Make sure it's me that knocks on the door for you to come out, okay?
How will I know it's you?
Hank closes the door.
We need a coat, Mr. Patton!
He'll walk down the corridor and meet whoever is at the door.
Okay, so you see a car pulling up outside. The headlights are on, and you see young Tom driving Domenico's car. He looks a little disheveled, as though you remember he's had a night on the town, as it were. And the young lad, about 15 or so, jumps out and starts heading towards the motel, the hostel.
I kind of put my hand over the headlights kind of blinding me. Who is it? Who's there?
It's me, Tom.
It's awfully late, Tom. Are you on your own?
There's bad business about, sir. It's very dangerous. I came to find you and the rest of you newcomers. All the rest of us.
Who is it that sent you?
No one sent me, sir. I just saw that there was bad business going on, and I came out with a car to see if I could find somewhere safe to take you all.
I'll kind of beckon him over.
Yeah, he...
And I'll kind of look him straight in the eye. You're telling me the truth now, aren't you, Tom? And I'll kind of put this chair leg over my shoulder, and I'll attempt to intimidate him and just make sure that he's not spinning me around.
Roll me a psychology check.
I've got straight up intimidate. Could I use that?
Yeah, you can intimidate him, yeah. Absolutely.
That is a success. Standard.
Yeah, he takes a look at the child and says, "Oh, honest, Mr. Patton, I came from the bar and I saw Mr. Virgil and some sailor folks, and they had weapons, sir. And I heard them talking, and I overheard them saying that they were looking for you lot, Mrs. Clark and that."
Now, is there anywhere safe we can go? It's just me and Miss Turner here at the moment. I don't think this is a particularly safe place to go.
He has a think and says, "I wouldn't go down the docks at this time, sir. There's all sorts crawling around there, and wouldn't head up the roads because the car can't manage it. So, the only place I'd take you is Mr. Domenico's house. I've got to take his car back and all as well."
Right, Tom, you wait here, okay? And I'll kind of
Yes,
go.
sir.
I'll go and fetch. Virginia. I'll kind of knock and. Virginia, it's me. I'm sorry. I'm awfully edgy at the moment.
And she scowls at the door from the other side.
But he'll bang loud. Virginia, are you there? This ain't no time for those games.
How do I know you're not under duress?
What?
You know, how do I know someone isn't trying to kidnap you and make you open this door?
We probably should have come up with a code. Look, just...
That's what I said. How was I gonna know if it was you and if you were okay, if you knocked and you just walked away from me?
Ask me a question. Peep open the door. What? Time is one of those things where we need to, make sure we've got some up, so...
Where are we going, anyhow? She'll, open the door a crack.
We're gonna go to Domenico's. It's just somewhere they don't know where we are.
I said we should go there, I don't know how long it's been. I didn't know, 4 hours ago.
And he'll slip for a second. Look, Betty, I don't care if you told me, but Virginia, I don't. You were right. I'm sorry.
It's Miss Turner, and she'll come out, and she's kind of gotten dressed in the time he's been down talking to Tom.
He'll do a slight gentleman, he'll pluck her coat off the door and hold it up for her to put on. He'll also hand her the chair leg. Look, if things get bad, just throw this at them, okay?
You hear Tom calling from the car. "You should hurry, sirs."
Well, sounds like we better get moving.
Hank will shut the doors behind him. So if someone comes in, they've at least got to come and check if people are still in the room.
What happened to the rest of the chair, by the way?
I'm not the quickest thinker. Sometimes I just do what I see in front of me. I've had a few to drink, and it's been a while since I've had a drink. You, on the other hand, are a very heavy sleeper. There were 3 men busting open doors, and you were snoozing like a baby.
I found one of those little pills the doctor gives me for my nerves. Knocks me right out. Funny the things you find in your shoes.
He'll give a little wink. Well, I could hear you snoring from the next door, and then he'll hold the door.
Do not
for us to
snore,
walk
Mr.
out.
Patton. She'll bop you with the chair leg.
So as the two of you start jumping into Tom's car, it's about this time, conveniently enough, that Wilkes and Law are headed down the road. Now the two of you see a car with headlights on. You can just make out the figures of Hank and Virginia. Though you might not recognize Tom so well at this distance, but you can definitely make out the two of them. Hank looks like he's carrying some kind of baseball bat over his shoulder, which sort of gives him away.
I'm going to drag Wilkes with me, aware that he fell on his face last time, and this time, like, properly dragging him. Run up to them. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Well, this island is not much fun, is it?
Look at you just for a second, and like he'll turn his head sideways. You with him, and then he'll kind of burst out laughing. What? You snuck off with him?
No,
You muted.
there was no sneaking.
Miss Belvon, I'm so pleased to see you.
Me
She'll
too.
come over. You know there's not a
Can you-
civilized person on this
give me a little
island, and
hug.
you disappeared and you just left a note.
Tom looks very stressed. Can you all please get in the car? Please, sirs and mums. It's very dangerous
Who's
out
this?
here. I don't want...
What is
Tom,
What?
Mum.
Oh, okay. Is he? And I give
He's a very
sort
good
of-
driver,
Well, that's good to know.
and he knows
Come
the
on,
roads real well.
Is that a good thing?
I don't know. There
And
only seems to be like 2 roads, but you know, people get
He's
very
as
obsessed
close.
around here.
He's as close as we got to a friend right now. Why don't you
Okay.
get on and we can sort things out from here? What about you,
I-
Mr. Wilkes? Is this suitable transport for a man of your high stature?
Just take it easy on him. He's had a bad night. And
What
I
are you
stare at
talking
the
about?
car.
He's got
Oh,
wits
no.
as sharp as a knife.
Professor Wilkes, you seem to have lost your hat.
He's lost more than that.
Yeah, I'm not picking it up now.
And I look at the car and
muddy.
remember the last time I got into a car and really not happy with this plan. Where are we going?
Oh, we're going to Dominico's. You know, that drunk guy from the party.
Yes, that could
Why?
work. That could work. The
Because it's
doctor
away
said that
from
was a good
here.
plan.
I've got to return his car.
Yes, let's
Listen,
go.
Mr. Wilkes, you don't know the shit that I've been through tonight. Please.
Tom starts
Not-
driving, by the way, while this is happening.
Yeah. Okay. I gently guide Wilkes into the back of the car and hop in.
When we're loaded up, Virginia will do that tap thing to indicate the driver should go.
Yeah, Tom says, "I'll take the back road to Mr. Dominico's house. Maybe we can
That's a good plan. And maybe
avoid some
if
folks."
you know the roads particularly well, maybe headlights down.
Okay, yes, good idea, man. And I'd like, as you're driving with Tom, for everybody to roll me a spot hidden check. Asking for a friend.
39.
22. Inexplicably.
Yeah.
I rolled
Feels like
39
panic.
too.
Hawkeye Wilkes.
I rolled a
In-
5.
Somehow, even though I'm not paying attention to like Hank speaking, maybe
Right.
2 feet away from me, I have somehow spotted whatever the fuck this is.
And I slightly more extremely spotted as well. I got 5.
Ooh.
That's very spotted. You might be able to see its freckles and everything.
I go into predator vision.
So, anybody who's succeeded on the check will see this. You see, in the darkness and the mist and the gloom of the storm, out in the town, that you see about a dozen lights, beams, torch beams, basically. It looks like about maybe a dozen people are out, and it seems like they are looking. They're looking for you. you can only guess that this might be the rest of the sailors who are searching the town.
Say, didn't you say everyone was looking for Miss Clark? What did Miss Clark do? She wasn't even in the bar when we had the fight.
Fight?
Yeah, that's... There's...
Oh, Miss Belvon, it was terrible. They just jumped us. Mr. Hobbs went and bought the captain a drink. I said that, you know, Archie sent us down and we were going to take the boat back away. And the captain, he just lost his mind. And then the bartender tried to stab Reggie with that bottle. Not Reggie, Mr. Hobbs. And it was a nightmare.
Though it's not really in character.
Arrested.
Inexplicably, Wilkes is actually putting his head inside the book to try and block out the sound.
And then we were arrested.
I don't think
Can
that's
you
a good
believe
idea.
that?
I take one of the rags and just wrap it around his head, like around his ears, to help him muffle it.
Oh,
So
here,
that he doesn't have to put his head in the book. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Oh, good.
So,
Do you mind if I smoke? I say to the driver,
please.
and don't even wait for a response.
Yeah, Tom's like so focused on driving in the darkness that he's like 15 years old, so he's not really paying attention. But he just say, "Looks like there's a lot of people looking out for you, Miss Clark."
Yes. Headlights down.
wait.
Mr. Carlyle would be real mad at me if he knew I did this.
We appreciate your help.
Why are they looking for you? You have been up there in the lap of luxury in that mansion, right?
I don't think the mansion is exactly what it has been painted to be. I got very well acquainted with one of the basement areas. They've got some wonderful manacles. There's a lot of blood.
There was a lot of blood.
There was.
What?
Whose blood?
Holy shit.
Well, that's the question.
Oh no, we can't have questions about blood. I've been there.
I think
I'm
Hank
just
might be the only
staring
one
out
of the
of the
pair to be aware of this, but I think you wouldn't have to roll like a psychology to realize that Wilkes is in a really bad way. Like he's probably, maybe you
Oh,
wouldn't know
sure,
that he's
it's in
definitely
a
in shock, but he's fucked up.
Whole bunch of guys like him in the joint, you know.
Yeah, he's out
What
of that
prison
now.
did you go to? Out of
Mixed
character.
sex one, apparently.
It was a little place called Sing Sing, just outside of New York.
Are you okay, Mr. Wilkes? You look paler than usual.
Continues to ignore him. Gentle rocking.
Is
Gently
he
pat
all
him
right?
on the shoulder. He's been experiencing some things. I'm not sure exactly what, but it got in there, I think.
We should take his bootlaces and don't give him any sharp objects.
Hank's gonna kind of just lower himself down to look at him for a second, and then he's gonna give him a cold slap.
I'm gonna punch him back in the neck.
So yeah, I wasn't trying to do any damage, but yeah.
Oh no, but I will be trying to do some damage.
Yeah, no, that's of course,
yeah.
yeah.
And I'm gonna
You
use
roll
a
a
crit.
fighting brawl.
No. No, I'm not going to roll anything. I'm not going to roll a single thing. I'm going to get a 0 or whatever the fuck.
How do you? So you suddenly just sort of like lunge out at Hank.
Well, I've got my hand here, so if he slapped me across the head, I'd probably just do that.
Yeah.
It's very
Well,
much a
yeah.
reflex thing. It's just that he's in front of me.
Roll the damage on that for us.
It's probably like 1 point of damage at maximum for me. I've got a strength of like 9 or something. What is that? 1d3?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Damage bonus.
Yeah, I got a 1. So
Okay.
that's it. That seems about appropriate.
Yeah, you lose a hit point from getting punched.
Fucker.
And I, in instant response, I kind of slap his wrist and go, "No, none of this." To both of them.
You see what I've had to put up with, Miss Belvon? Everyone on this island is losing their minds.
We will have no fighting in this car. There's enough things out there trying to kill us.
I just thought he was a bit groggy. I've seen
No,
a
he's
few
having
men
a
get
very
slapped
bad-
in the head with a baseball bat.
Well, it doesn't work the same for everybody. Okay? Just leave him be.
Say, Tom, how
Okay.
far away is this place?
Tom says it's time to transition, and Reggie and Elsie. Tom looks into the
Which we all
fourth wall
consider
for
to be a
second.
strange thing for him to say.
Yeah. But you know,
Somewhat
it's a
anachronistic.
weird
Alright.
time. No one questions it. He's driving you guys there.
It's
been a weird night,
hallucinating
you know?
GMing a game of Call of Cthulhu. It's very
It was,
strange.
it was a peculiar moment for all of us as the scene faded to black, and we wondered why everything was getting darker than it already was.
Reggie and Elsie, you guys have been up chatting, and by the time that we're at right now, it's coming to sort of morning time. But you wouldn't know it for looking outside due to the darkness. So, you know, whether you've been able to get any sleep, up to you guys. But right now, you know, you're looking at 10, 11 a.m. at this point. Domenico's passed out somewhere in the house. Left you guys.
Yeah,
alone.
Elsie, having been stabbed repeatedly the night previously, would have been laying down and trying to sleep, but definitely not sitting up or walking around, just like, I'm just gonna rest here for a minute.
Yeah, and Reggie
And-
basically has been on watch, I suppose you could say, just making sure, try and let her get some sleep. But he probably barely had any sleep.
Okay. So you'll probably jump to attention, because you've been sort of on watch, I guess, maybe taking interns, to peer outside the window. While it's dark and foggy out there, you do make out the beams of a car approaching the house.
Oh, shit. So I think I have a wrench. I'm pretty sure I have a wrench. So I grab the
Yeah,
wrench
you
that
do.
I've got.
Wrench and
And-
a kitchen knife.
Oh, in a kitchen. Did I make a note?
And
of
a
the kitchen?
shotgun that Elsie has on it.
I
think.
did.
Yeah.
So I head over to Elsie, whether she's like still asleep or trying to get to sleep, and kind of like, Elsie,
What, Reggie?
Elsie, oh, can you move?
Yes, I can move.
Well, good, because you might need to run. There's a car
Oh.
coming.
All right.
I will say this, Elsie, as well. In terms of where your wounds are at right now, you have healed one hit point for resting. We'll give the hit point back.
Yay!
But in terms of running, that's a bit of a no-no right now, because
Yeah.
it's going to start opening up those
Right.
very recent stitches.
Power walk
so-
quickly away. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he'll try and help Elsie up, and we'll go. So there's a door into this room, and we made sure there was a window that we could get out of. So
We
I think
Yes.
we're gonna head near the window, so kind of get away, like us prepare.
Yes, make sure we can find out who's in the car. Maybe it's Hank and Virginia. I don't know if either of them can drive, but you know, Hank did know
Well-
where we were going.
That's true. We'll wait and see. Well, but just in case it's not them.
Just in case, I'll stand right next to this window. Just
Yeah,
Right here.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So you guys
Did you get
wait,
anything?
and yeah, as you get closer, you can see that it is the rest of your companions: Virginia, Laura, Wilkes, and Hank, all in varying states of, dishevelment and
Jesus
murderization.
Christ! It looks like they've just come off the piss up. Wait a minute. There's two more in there. Hang on.
perhaps it's
Ain't that
It's
that
Professor
professor and the French tart?
Professor Wilkes and Miss Belmont.
Was that their names? Oh yeah. I
Yes,
guess
that
so.
was the names. I do try to pay attention to people's names.
Well,
In case you start using random ones again.
Well, it was fine. I only remember the important ones. Anyway, so you. So what do you want to do? Do you think they're still okay with us? Do you think they're working? Because if I remember correctly, the professor was rather chummy with Virgil's up at the estate.
Yes, and then the Virgils tried to murder me. So maybe we should see if Professor Wilkes has any stab wounds.
Oh, good thinking. Right, okay, Elsie, if you stay here, I'm gonna go out and see everything's okay. You hear
All
any
right.
ruckus or anything, you get through that
I'll
window.
use the shotgun. I imagine that you just kind of pointed in the general vicinity and then click.
Yeah, I think that's the gist of it. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
All right.
assuming it's loaded.
It is.
I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have checked. I'm sure you'd have checked.
Okay. just don't. I'm just gonna don't
In
shoot.
fact,
me when I come
in
back
fact, you
in.
do
I'm
know
not
it's
going to
loaded
shoot
because Dominic go threw it over his shoulder and you checked it at that point.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to shoot you, Reggie. We might be rival thieves, but we're not. I'm not a not a killer.
Well, I'm really grateful for that. Thank you, Elsie. Really grateful that you won't shoot me. Right, I'll be right
No.
back. And I open the door to go to greet them, I guess, at the front door.
Yeah. So at this point, all the party are in the scene.
Yeah. I'll have my arm around Wilkes, just gently leading him, and make eye contact as I lead him in with Reggie. Just
hello.
Just like, good evening. Can we get this one sitting down?
Oh yeah, there's probably a chair over there.
Somewhere warm?
Yeah, I think there's a fire as well.
Yeah.
It might be a bit low, but...
Whatever, anything will do. And lead him towards the fire and sit him down. Okay?
He's gonna look... He's gonna look towards Hank and Virginia and go...
Hank will just be kind of awkwardly rubbing his throat, slightly embarrassed that he got caught completely fucking off guard. And he'll just go... It's...
Right, well, will you follow?
I don't think so. We need to keep this one with us, just in case.
There's a
They
whole
told
lot
you
of people looking for Miss Clark. I don't know what she did when she left, but she did something real bad.
Well, it doesn't matter what she done. We'll,
I don't think you have to have done anything bad for these people to come after you. Quite the opposite.
You
Well,
know,
what do you
that's
mean?
what my lawyer said.
Tom parks
I
the
kind of
car around the back
smirk
of
to
the house
myself,
and
like,
turns around.
gotcha.
I'll stay with Tom because I'm slightly concerned, still a little bit worried because he said,
Yeah.
and
He
I'll
looks
make
like he
sure
might
that
need a bit of... He looks a bit shaken, honestly. By the
there
whole
might
thing,
be...
and he comes...
Right, Hank, before you go, there might be some booze around here if you want to give Tom some to help steady his nerves. Somewhere, probably.
I think I had enough of that, sir. I got a bit drunk last tonight, but listen, there are a lot of folks out looking for you, and it's probably best to lay low for a while,
Oi.
and then maybe try and get off the island or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, do you know how to get off the island? It'd be great if you could tell us.
There's a boat. There's a boat on the docks. I guess you could try and
Everybody keeps
try and
saying
get away
both.
with that, but the storm's getting worse. It feels like I don't know. Maybe that's an option.
All right,
Check that
cheers,
Wilkes
Tom.
is okay and kind of just settled. Is he just staring or?
muted Adam.
I would be staring at the fire. I think I'm aimed at it, but basically I'm staring slightly like 6 to 8 inches above and the left of the fire. I'm not really looking at the wall, I'm just facing it.
Okay, turn to Virginia. Would you keep an eye on him?
Sure.
And I'm gonna instantly, not even look at her after she responds, and instantly start looking around this room, like clearing this room, seeing if there's anything useful, doors that go to other places, shoring up any windows, that kind of thing.
Okay. You start to sort of settle in, I guess, bunker up a little bit. And I will say this, I think almost everyone in the party is absolutely exhausted at this point. Maybe aside
Yeah.
from Virginia and maybe a little bit Hank. But even you guys didn't get a lot of sleep, like a couple of hours. But
Reggie's
everyone
going to
is
go
feeling
to
it.
get Elsie and say it's okay to come out.
Yeah, she'll come out with the shotgun. Gingerly.
Oh,
Slowly.
I see what she did now.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Don't
relax,
shoot, Mr.
relax.
Good morning.
Oh,
It's
What? No.
Dominico's.
This is
Fine.
Dominico's. He threw it on the floor drunk last night.
Where is Dominico? It's
asleep.
okay.
He's passed. I've never killed anyone in my life, Virginia.
Sure.
You were right.
Small squeak. It's probably my interaction at this point.
Don't worry, Professor Wilkes. She said she hasn't killed anybody in her whole life.
Another squeak.
Right.
Elsa,
Red
what
dudes.
the fuck happened to you? Because I guess
Oh yes,
Hank was
you were really
completely
drunk
sozzled.
last night.
Yeah.
I got stabbed a lot by the younger Virgil, the artist one.
He
Are you alright?
was looking for you. He came to the
Yes.
motel with.
Yes, I saw some of his works in progress. His art. He paints with people, not of people, with people. He uses blood, and it's not great. And he was like, "Oh, you saw that, did you? Stab, stab, stab!" And I barely escaped with my life.
You sure it's people blood? I mean, red paint might be hard to get on the island, and the slaughter
Oh,
of cow
you know
is
what?
pretty
I've
easy.
seen enough of people blood, and she kind of gestures to herself in the past 12 hours to be fairly certain. Yes, definitely was.
Have you had any medical attention?
Yes, I went to the doctor, and within 2 seconds of them coming out the door, he was like, "She's asleep in this room." Thankfully, I set up some blankets underneath the covers, and they shot that, and then realized it wasn't me.
We spoke to the
and I
doctor.
got stabbed. Did you?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Whoa, wait,
Oh.
wait. Did he tell you to come here?
Yes.
Oh, shite.
Ugh.
If they go to the doctor, he's going to say he sent them here, and
He's
we're
going
going to have to shift.
He's going to be like,
Alright.
"I don't know where they went," and then he's going to be like, "Just kidding, they went here." 'Cause-
Well, in that
I
case, we
know.
need to be
I have an
prepared.
idea. I have an idea. Instead of saying here, when we go to Tom's house, because no one's going to look at Tom's house, right?
Is Tom
Tom,
even
how
at
far
the
away do you
house?
live?
Close, but I'm not sure how that's a good idea. Yes, I mean, if we go out there again, they might find us, and I'm thinking maybe I should head back anyway, or on my own, like, you know, in case I get in trouble. Well, probably in a lot of trouble as it is after, you know, driving you all here and that. Mr.
I
Carlisle
think
probably gonna be mad at me.
it's probably a good idea if you don't come back at all. They stabbed us and
Yes.
they didn't even have a
They
problem.
kill people. It's not great.
I've been in the
Who they
palace.
killed?
Well, it sounds
know?
like they almost got Miss Clark.
Yes.
While this conversation's going on, can I get between Tom and the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, just I can see he's getting a bit skittish as things are going on, and I don't want him to be able to straight bolt.
Yeah, he definitely has that look of a rabbit in the headlights right now.
I look at Elsie and go, Miss Clark, do you have experience with that? And point to the
No.
shotgun.
Not at all.
How would you fancy trading for something that will help you get your own back? And I hold out the knife handle first.
Sure, I'm equally rubbish with both, I think. So
That sounds good then. And
Do you know how
trade
to
with
use
her.
a shotgun?
I have a little experience.
Well, it's better than me, anyway.
Just out of character, I just want to know, you're in like sort of shirt and trousers, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a pistol and a couple of knives tucked in. Now carrying a shotgun. Like, if Void Smoker doesn't do art of this, I'm going to be playing.
I like someone in chat said Law Croft, and I thought,
Nice. And I take the shotgun and open it and check that it's loaded and recock it and go and look at Tom and I go, I'm so sorry about this, and point it at him and go, get in the chair.
Oh, I thought you were going to shoot him.
No.
I thought he was going to shoot him.
In the chair.
I'm under
come
the
on.
impression that
Sorry
there's
about
actually
this.
2 character sheets that you've got. You've got the one character. I feel like she's a better version of Reggie. In that you have 2 character sheets. There's the one, because you're quite the crap con man, right? Like, you revealed your secret identity in about 9 minutes. Whereas...
In the chair, and
So you're
I
not
take
shooting
the
him?
rag.
Okay.
I take the rags out of my pocket and chuck them to whoever's nearest. Who is nearest? The chair that I've just pointed to, the arbitrary imaginary chair.
Probably
What-
me,
what
but
do
I hope I'm not
Okay,
getting in
not
the way.
you.
Doing, Miss
Hank
Calvon?
looks strong. Hank looks strong. I'll chuck the rags to Hank, and he was blocking the door anyway, so that makes sense. Like, time up. We can't have him going for help. I'm so sorry.
Tom,
Wait a minute. I'm just trying to help you all out.
Yeah, we don't need to
No.
tie up Tom.
Look,
If he leaves,
Tom.
I think they have
Tom.
ways of getting into your head.
Are you gonna leave
They've already
Tom?
got Mr. Wilkes. I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
I
If you stay here
don't know what to do.
and they find you, you can say that we tied you up and you're innocent. If you go
Yeah,
running and they
protected
find out
them,
you've been
yeah.
with us,
Oh, I see.
See what I mean?
maybe that makes sense.
We're making
Yeah.
it look like we abducted him, but we're not really abducting him.
Exactly.
well, it's 50-50 at the moment.
Tom, we're not
Reminded
abducting you.
Colby. I'm going to sit down again now that you're over here.
Yeah.
So can I just sit down maybe next to Professor Wilkes?
Right.
Like-
Could someone explain to me what's happened to him? And he points at Professor Wilkes. I mean, he looks
Did you see
like.
the people? Did you see the paintings too, Professor Wilkes,
I
in the
think
secret
I
room with the
saw-
eye holes in the paintings?
I did see the paintings.
Yes, they were
Oh, no.
awful, weren't they?
Yeah, but why is he like that
not
and
really.
you're not?
He looks a bit shell-shocked, is all.
Well,
I
yeah.
think
I was
I'm
myself
happy.
until I got stabbed a lot.
he's kind of
think I-
handsy. Just watch out.
You saw the paintings. I think I saw the palette. Maybe.
Oh,
Or maybe, dungeons with blood all over the walls is just a feature in that place. Who knows?
Wait, what?
Yes, I've been manacled tonight. It's been quite the evening.
For pleasure?
I just shoot him a look and carry on scouting the room.
I also shoot him a look like, really?
I don't know.
Even Tom shoots you a look like, really?
French. Like,
French. I mean, I
she's
get
French,
it.
right? I mean.
They're thinking of the Germans.
Oh,
So actually,
right.
Loaz, you're taking a look around. Thinking a look around. Oh, they got me. As you're looking around the room, you actually stumble Domenico in the other room, who's sort of waking up at this point. And sort of, after all the loud razor voices and talk of sex dungeons, Domenico sort of lurches upwards and into this room. What's everyone doing here? It's awfully early.
Instantly out of shock, turn the gun on him, and then go, oh, thank God. Oh,
We're having a party, Mr. Domenico. You remember you invited us.
Oh, did I? Wait a minute. Wasn't there some people after you? Miss Clark and Hobbs? You said something bad was happening. Those awful folk from the estate out looking.
Something bad. At the estate.
Yeah.
Hello, Dom.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
So on top
right.
of it, Domenico.
Well, you're all here. What's the plan?
Get off the island.
Yes, we must get off the island.
Right. So you're going to need a boat to get off the island, then, huh?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Well, there's only one place to go, then. That's down by the docks. We'll have to
Been down
steal, commandeer a vessel.
I
Say,
think we might.
Professor Wilkes, what's that book you're holding? I've seen something like that before.
Did she actually touch the book in any way?
She'll put like a finger towards it. Oh, Jesus. Professor Wilkes, I
mustn't-
wasn't gonna hurt it.
No,
Point
no,
a
no,
finger
no.
at them and go, what did I say about hitting?
I didn't touch him.
It's okay,
I'm
it's
sorry.
just a little jumpy.
Little Jumpy is. No, that's not Jumpy. That is. And he's going to kind of
Traumatized.
kneel down and go in front of him. And goes, I haven't seen someone like this since the trenches. He's kind of going to put his hand in front of his eyes.
As long as he's not
trying-
touching me or the book.
No,
I'm not even
he's-
looking
no.
at it. Yeah.
I'm not even aware, yeah.
I have a question. Rolling on psychology, is that to find out what somebody's thinking, or is that psychoanalysis? It's psychology
It's sort of like-
treatment of.
Yeah, I guess like the psychology is a bit like the insight check of like what's this person feeling, what are they doing, are they lying to me, are they telling me the truth?
Okay.
As a psychoanalysis might be a bit more of the really medical stuff.
Okay. I don't think I need to roll on that right now. I think it's
Hank,
obvious.
what do you got?
Can we just take a second to maybe scout what's going on here? So far, I counted maybe 10 people down in the town. Torches. You're saying it's the young Mr. Virgil. Anyone else got any
Yes.
players in this game that we need to be aware of?
Perhaps
Well, there was
the
a-
elder Mr. Virgil as well? Mr. Wilkes is shaken up. How did your meeting
He's-
go with him, Professor?
He's definitely involved. He was part of the group that chained me up. There's some sort of a
Oh.
sea captain, some sailors, and
Oh,
He
the
made me-
captain's a bad
Captain's
man. In on it.
He made me read the. I didn't want to read.
Made you read
Read
a
the
book.
what?
You mustn't read the book.
Why? What's wrong with it? Was it not very good?
I
I'm gonna
don't
give
think
him a
he liked
look
the
like somebody
ending.
who's hang glided over hell. At this point,
What's in the book, Wilkes?
Yeah, is it like bad stories or what?
I don't think you fully understand anything. And as I'm speaking, my voice is going to rise up to the point where I'm actually. The last word is a scream, but it's 10 o'clock at night here, so I'm probably not going to do that.
Yeah.
Wilkes, keep it down. There's people looking for us. What is that the book? Hand me the book, Wilkes.
Could you
Back to ignoring.
explain it to us, Wilkes?
Share the
Since we
load.
don't understand.
Share the. Oh, and then it's going to be all bum sex with Sam.
Once upon a time.
That was my variant of the Lord of the Rings. There wasn't nearly as much gay porn made about that as you would think.
Trust me, I've looked.
I wrote my
If his
thesis on
experience
it.
with porn has told us anything.
Roll 34 minutes.
Yeah, so, Professor, I mean, why is this book so bad? I mean,
But don't we understand?
yeah.
Besides the fact that they're all crazy.
Explain it to me, Wilkes.
Back to ignoring them at the moment. It should be clear that I'm only really reacting to occasional words at this.
know, he's-
Basically out of it.
He's always thought he
I've-
was smarter than us anyway. He's never going to explain anything.
I think you
don't
need to
think
stick
he's
with
that
it.
anymore.
Listen. There's a lot of words happening, and it's awfully early, and I'm very drunk. But I'll tell you this much: I do have a little skiff, a little boat moored up by the docks that you might be able to take. It's
Brilliant.
probably big enough for how many of you are there?
The room's obviously spinning for him.
5 or 6 of you. How-
6 of us, yeah.
6 of you. It should
Oh,
be fine. I
7.
mean,
Shouldn't we take Tom?
No. Tom's a local. We'll be fine.
we're tying up Tom. Leave it there.
Yeah.
That's his name now,
but I
Tied
will
Up
say
Tom.
this. With the
Tied Up Tom.
storm, it's not going to be an easy going out there on the waves.
I don't know. I think
little-
I'd rather
little old
take
boat.
our chances on the waves than on the island.
We can't stay on the island.
Or
Why can't we stay on the island, Wilkes? Is it because of the book that we can't stay?
They mustn't keep the book.
What? Why? It's a book. Did they steal it?
I think.
Is it valuable?
I think it could be said to be beyond the concept of value.
Sounds valuable to
It's
me.
a priceless book. It's a priceless
Wow.
book, Tom.
it's the book that does
Reggie.
that. And I point to him.
If,
Whatever happened to him is because he read that.
if we take the
I
book,
mean-
will it fix
So let's
him?
make a deal to not read the book, hmm?
Why
Yes,
don't we
we'll
just
read the book.
Why don't we
Maybe
just
just leave the
drop
book
it in the
here.
sea
Or
just
you
drop it in the sea
Be
on our
fine.
way out of town?
Right,
What about
Yeah,
that,
Mr.
Professor?
Tyler.
if it's the book they're after, then I'll give it to them and you can all
See, that's
escape.
that's what I was going to suggest. Give them the book so we can bugger off the island.
They can't be allowed to have the book.
Why
It's
not?
a book, Professor.
Look, they're all fishermen.
it
They can
is.
just trawl for it if they want it that bad. Let's go. You have a boat.
Books and water
go.
don't mix, though.
He said something about getting far away with it. Like it couldn't be here. Is that right? Mr. Wilkes. I kind of snap my fingers in front of his eyes. Why do we need to go far away with it?
There's until now, it's they produce a conduit. It is considered academically to be an impossible violation of space-time physics on a non-Euclidean scale. The resonate, it was all supposition.
I think he's lost it.
And why?
Well, if you were smarter, you'd have understood that.
It's just right over his head. He hasn't got a fucking clue.
All
Lord's
of those
actually
words
very well
were words we've
educated.
never heard before.
Like anybody who's pretty well educated would have probably followed that.
Yeah.
Hank's gonna nod along
Else
like
he
he
would have gotten
understands.
So, but what has the conduit to do with getting it far away from here? Why does it have to be far away?
Because the book is... We do not wish them to have means to... The gate... The conduit must not be open.
The people who are chasing us, they are trying to use it to get to wherever the book leads. Is that right?
I'll be
Okay.
nodding, but that noise is going to continue.
I think he needs
Okay,
to hold
okay. I think this is enough of an interview for one night.
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Okay, at this point, everybody roll me a spot. A spot hidden check.
Oh no.
Right.
33.
Okay, I just got a 16. So apparently
Oh, nice.
this book thing has made me suddenly very good at something I couldn't roll for shit when paying attention.
There are upsides.
Basically it's the Bloodborne. You now see the fucking monsters that are hanging. in the
Right.
fucking
Yeah,
air.
the veil has been
Apparently.
revealed,
28 hard success.
Hard success for me as well. 17, the perfect number.
yeah. Okay. Very nice. So those of you who succeeded will notice that not only has the storm gathered to such an intensity outside than before, even harder than the first night, regular strikes of lightning, regular rumbles of thunder, and it seems like the storm is moving into the island as though it's sort of encapsulating it. But you also see a trail coming up the road of 3 cars with their beams on, coming towards the house. This distance, they're under a minute away at the speed that they're coming. And Dominico says,
Cars, lights. You get in the car. I'll distract them.
Good enough to me.
Okay.
Let's go.
I hustle Wilkes
Get into
up
the
onto his
car.
feet. Like, come on, up we get.
Get to the docks.
Okay,
Are
we're
we
going to get
going, are
the
we
book far
going to
away.
are we getting to the island?
Yes, we're going to get the book far away. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
As we're kind of shuffling up, Dominico, more weapons.
he's got the shotgun and he smashes a bottle and hands it to you. There's a lot of bottles around here.
Are there
I'll
any
grab-
chairs, like big wooden dining
Yeah,
chairs?
chairs. Yeah, you've got basically furniture and weaponry around here, and
Right.
kitchen knives, right? So if
Yeah,
you want
okay.
kitchen knives,
I
grab
find
one.
the heaviest hardwood chair I can and hold it out to Hank and go, smash it.
He's already got a leg! Virginia dives in the way of the chair. Trying to
I'll-
save
What?
something in this house.
I'll avoid her and
Disabled, but the-
I'll hit it against an antique painting as well, just to double up the damage. And hand out the 4 splintered legs to anyone that will take them.
You're getting the
I've
GTA
got a knife.
Garanga.
I'm good. She's just hobbling towards the car. She's just okay. Yep, going towards the car.
Question: who is driving?
Probably stab
I'll
wound.
Elsie's
drive.
driving.
Oh, stab wounds here.
Oh, stab wound.
Elsie,
Okay.
are you okay to drive?
Just make sure no one hits me while I'm driving. She'll kind of.
Can
Get
nobody
ready.
else drive? Because
car
there's
here.
first aid inside the bag. We can treat her while we're driving, no?
I mean, I kinda can, but not very well.
No, you can't drive.
You have
I've seen
moments
you
to make
drive.
this decision.
Okay.
I'm driving. Just don't let anyone stab me while I'm driving. That's all I
Next
ask.
question. Are you trying to pull out quietly or quickly?
I'd want to do it quietly, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can always go quickly if they see us.
Yeah.
Then let's have one of those legendary group stealth checks.
Oh no!
We're looking for most of the party to succeed here.
Oh no!
That is.
I got a 3.
I got a 1.
Okay.
Are you magic now?
Success.
I got. And
Apparently, I have god powers now. I just can't direct them in any valuable way. If only I
26.
actually could roll anything of any value.
I got an 11, which is an extreme success.
I
got
That's
faded-
26 for me.
I actually faded into the shadows and literally vanished. So it's good to put that out there. I
So
became mist itself.
Reggie, did you succeed?
I did. I got a 10, which is a hard success.
Nice.
Fantastic. So everyone except from Gareth succeeded.
Uh,
I found it.
I'm not sure if I did. Is this? Are we trying to roll under our stealth?
Yeah.
Under your stealth.
Oh, I
put two
rolled
under
just
that.
over mine.
You can spend luck
Okay.
to drop it.
Been luck.
Yes. Why not? I've never done that, but yes. Okay. Just so I can make a note. So
I
how
think
many
you
do I need to
started at
spend to get that down?
70, if I remember right.
Okay.
So
I rolled a 26, and my skill is 20.
So you spent 6.
Been 6 lucks.
Okay. Cool. Yes. Done.
Okay. Now, as the car pulls away with Elsie driving, you pull out quietly, and all of you sort of duck into the car and try and be as quiet as possible as you see the 3 cars pull up, and you get a look, and you can tell that it's Captain Woolscott and the group of sailors, basically the group that you were brawling at with the bar, plus a couple others that you were drinking at before. All of them are armed with weaponry, and it looks like they all have rifles or shotguns on them, but they have not noticed you as you pull away. And you can hear the sound of them sort of getting out and calls out into the night. And you can just about, as you're pulling away, hear the sound of Domenico and his bluster as he opens the door. And as you guys drive away down towards the docks, it's not too long thereafter that you hear a shotgun firing off into the night.
Ooh.
And you don't see what happens, but you can imagine that someone, most likely Domenico, has been wounded or killed.
Or Tom.
Now, or Tom, could be Tom.
Tied up.
Okay,
Tom.
now you guys are in the car, and coming down towards the docks in the car, you can make out several beams of light from the torches of what must be more of the sailors out here guarding the dock area. It doesn't look like it would be easy to proceed in the car without being noticed, but you could feasibly drive the car down towards the docks.
Hey, Elsie,
Yes.
put your foot down and run him over.
That's what I was actually contemplating at this moment.
But if you crash, is that not worse than stabbing?
I said I hadn't killed anyone in my entire life yet. I mean, I guess there's a first time for everything, and I'd rather it be them than me.
Your funeral.
And technically all of ours.
Yeah. Go on, Elsie.
There's not a lot of
I mean,
time.
if you prefer, I could just pull over here.
Like,
we could just
we're not
walk
on a
in.
line of horses where she's going to run them over, and we're going to be fine.
I instantly lean
Everybody
back in the
hold on
seat
tight.
and put my feet up
Brace.
against the seat in front to brace, and encourage Wilkes to do the same.
But would you like me to
Firstly-
just pull over here and we can just walk onto the docks? But
I think I want to pull over here and we could sneak into the docks. That's what I want to do.
if
I'm
Sounds more
sorry.
sensible.
Yeah.
all right, well then
Yeah.
we can do that. I didn't want to run anyone over. I just was considering it as an option. I've had a very bad day.
Yes, but after
You've
a lot
had
of
a
stab
bad
wounds,
day.
Nothing reopens stab wounds faster than a very sudden impact.
Or getting stabbed again. You know, let's see.
That too.
All right. How about this? You all get out of the car. I'll run them over. Let's go.
Oh, no, wait, Virginia, you'll die. Let's put it out there. You will die.
Oh,
and if you don't
they're
die,
on the docks.
well,
Right, wait, hold on. They're on the docks. Is there a brick or a rock laying about? We can all get out of the car and then just let it go.
Trust me, it's like New York traffic. You just keep going and they'll move.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But
Why
we
not?
don't
Let's
want
do
them
that.
to. If they move, they know where we are.
Yeah, they know where I am. I'm in the car.
We need to be a little sneakier,
What
no?
if none of us were in the car? We just sent the car off with a rock on the gas pedal.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that.
And if it
I mean-
goes off the end and into the ocean, they'll think we're
Maybe
in it
they'll
and we
think we're in
died,
it.
and they'll stop
Mhm.
looking for us, hopefully.
So just taking a look at
torches
the
are
sort
there?
of dock itself, there's too much in the way for a car to get a real straight shot. You'd have to like be bobbing and weaving it, just like moving the car around. You probably wouldn't be able to get enough projection to like go off the end on its own. It'd probably just hit a something along the way. There's plenty of buildings.
Still a
Shit,
distraction,
that's
which
on a dock.
should be enough for us
Yeah.
to get in. Let's do it.
How many
I think
torches
that's
are
a good
there?
idea.
Oh, we can do it on the road, so it looks like a car is just kind of going on the road, runaway car. Maybe they investigate that and it'd make it easier to sneak.
You think there's about 4 people that are like on the docks, judging by the beams of torches.
Oh, we could take 4 people. We got a shotgun.
Is that Virginia
Sure.
or Charlie saying that?
Let's go that one.
I foresee a point coming where Laura's
Yeah,
like,
one-
oh yeah, shotguns, I kind of know how this works. And Virginia's just like, no.
Yeah.
And then it becomes Duke Nukem for some reason. The camera screws in on a first-person perspective, and it's that scene at the end of the Doom movie.
Doom movie,
So what
yeah.
I'm gonna say as well at this point is you guys have been sitting here for a minute
Just
or
sat in the
two.
car talking.
Is
yeah,
with your current spot hidden checks, you can tell that the 3 cars from up the road are on the move back down into the town. Not necessarily
Oh, we
following
should-
you, but they are headed
Yes.
back this way.
We should get a move on. All right.
Yeah,
Yep, getting out of the car.
Sneak on. Yep. Let's
Yep.
sneak.
Let's
Get
be
out.
quiet. And
Is there
slow.
Right.
Is there like in this docks area? Is there like an abandoned building, like a rundown building or something?
Well, there's a big warehouse which says Virgil Shipping Limited on it, which is the
I don't
main
want
building.
that. I just want.
I don't want that. There is
Is that like a Harbour
Harbour
Master
Master
shack?
office. Yeah, there
Is there
a
anything
Harbour
else?
Master shack
Just
there.
like a no frills building that's just been run down. That is
There are
possible
buildings
to
nearby.
hide
They're
in.
not necessarily on the docks. There aren't disused buildings on the docks. Everything looks like it's being
Alright.
used.
I
You
think we
can
should
tell it's
go.
abandoned. Might be empty.
I think we should go to those buildings, rest up, because we are in dire need of having a break. And then when it gets dark again, we sneak into the docks and then we go out.
We need to
We
leave
could just
the car somewhere
rest.
that will lead them to believe that we're somewhere else.
Well, if we,
Let's just build a brick on the.
yeah,
plan
we'll
and
do the
just send
brick
it up
on
the
the
hill.
thing. Yeah.
It's decision time.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there a petrol
Yep.
can on this
Oh,
tank?
it is
on the car? Is there like
100% plan B.
is there a petrol can, Will?
There isn't a spare petrol can, but
I'm
there
gonna
is
have-
one. That
That's
is.
good because
Oh.
cars don't work this way.
No.
Yeah, it's also
Oh,
true.
but they do
I'm
if you
gonna
stuff a
ask
rag
if
in
we
the
put enough
petrol
petrol.
tank.
Oh yeah, no, that works. Yeah, they work that way.
Oh,
Yeah. No, if you have
Guess
enough
who's got a
petrol
rag
in the
left?
car.
Yeah, no, the rag and
It
the
works
petrol
that
tank
way.
thing will work pretty well.
Yeah.
I need
Elsie-
someone to tell me the plan at this point
Elsie,
because
get out the
we've
car
got
because you're
moments.
fucking slow moving. You
Yeah.
need to move.
Yeah, no, Elsie's already gotten out of the car. She's
Great.
gone
Okay.
out. She's getting
Yeah.
Virginia will use that
Wedges.
chair leg that Hank gave her, and we'll use that as the wedge to wedge down the
wedge.
thing.
hmm
Because we haven't got anything heavy. Everyone else is out of the car and clear
Yeah.
and duck down behind a crate
Yeah.
or
Just
something.
send it down the road.
Yeah. I take a
Virginia-
one of the bits of rag out of my pocket and stuff it in the gas can and use my lighter and just hold it next to it.
Can I point them towards the Virgil's warehouse? Aim for that.
Yeah. I wrap one of the cigarettes inside the knot of the thing and light that.
Cool.
So that'll keep it burning. Ready?
Alrighty.
All right.
So I wait for Virginia to give me the nod that I should light it.
Right, she'll nod and she'll wedge that
Yeah. And I just
Saying,
get it
once
burning
you
nice
step
and
out of the
good.
way, she'll wedge so you can be clear, and then
Yeah.
she'll jump out.
Okay, so it becomes a Michael Bay movie for just about 2 seconds. As for like the crappiest Michael Bay movie.
Like a really shit 1920s Michael Bay movie.
Really shit.
It's like Transformers if everything was clockwork and rubbish.
right. As you set this car, this petroleum starts going, and send it down towards the. Admittedly, this building is huge, so it's not like you're going to burn the whole thing down in moments or anything like that. But you do send it down, and immediately, as you hear the sort of crash, and you watch as this little bloom of light begins to emerge from the car and fire, that's. You hear the sort of shouts of what must be the sailors down there, and you see, figures start to shout and scream down there. The one, potentially bad thing about this is that the 3 cars coming down the road undoubtedly will have seen this fire. Now, as you do that, what do the group of you do? Presumably, you're moving.
Yeah,
Yes.
make
Do
our way
one of the-
in the opposite direction, surely.
An abandoned building that's like just outside of the docks. Just
Okay.
a building where we can hide and rest.
Give me that sexy stealth check, everybody.
I'm gonna use one of my nat 20 as well.
I'm nat 20
Anyone
in
else
it.
use a crit? Let me know.
Yeah, I'm nat 20 in it. My stealth isn't
I
good
am
enough.
supposed to have good stealth, so let's see. Oh yeah,
I do have
fine.
good
That's
stealth, but I'm not risking it.
I'm definitively using a nat 20 because
Yeah, I'm going to
hard
as well.
success.
I got 100
Yeah,
last
yeah.
time, so I cannot do worse. So I've got to roll it.
You so can.
You say that.
Oh,
Oh my god. There you go.
he hits a
I
shot.
got an 18. So hard success for me.
Good stuff.
I'm crap at stealth, so I'm nat 20 it as well.
Copy that. Okay, so the group of you, with this distraction, quite handily slip away into the darkness onto this abandoned building. Well, maybe abandoned. We can't say for sure that it's abandoned. It looks like it's empty. There are no lights on inside. We can say that much. That Reggie has pointed out. It's sort of adjacent, maybe 50 yards away from a part of the Virgil shipping, because the dock itself isn't gigantic, and it looks like there are. It looks like there are things inside, like shipments inside, or boxes and that. Look, when you get to the door, you slip inside, and I guess there aren't any lights on inside. Does anyone have a light that you're using at this point?
I have a lantern and I have matches.
Are you
the
going to
lantern
light
is
it? Is my next question,
Yeah.
because it might give
No,
you away.
I'm not lighting
Okay.
the lantern, but I'll light a match.
So the group
I'll
of
use
you then sort of get this quite dark, you can just make out dark shapes at this point. The storm is, veritably raging outside with constant strikes of lightning and rolls of thunder, and it seems like you might be very close to the eye of the storm at this point, as it's getting closer and closer into the island, moving inwards. You make out the dark shapes of boxes. It smells musty and old, and like old rotting fish in here. It's quite a distinct smell, this building must be used by the sailors to bring in shipments of fish and whatnot.
Are there any like crowbars lying around if there are boxes? Like crates?
Roll me a luck check.
What is my luck? Oh, fuck off! A 9.
Nice, yeah.
Extremely lucky.
Excuse
There's
my
an old
language,
wrench
but
lying
fucking hell.
Yeah, there's an old wrench lying around, and I'll give you this as well. There is a harpoon, rusty and old. It doesn't have a launcher, but it is a harpoon itself, which is lying disused. And you can now make out the sounds, and if you look out the window, you can see that the 3 cars are pulling up by the Virgil warehouse. You see the dozen or so figures jumping out, and it looks as though they are, rather than paying much attention to the car and the fire, the car itself is just like burning. It's like started to burn the whole warehouse down, probably. It may do so in a while. It seems as though... Oh, Mr. Odin donates £12 to 4 crits for Miss Belfont. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Odin.
Yay!
Gonna come in handy. But also this, they seem to be largely not paying too much attention. Of course, if there's a burning car in front of you, you pay attention to it. But it seems to you as though they are heading straight into the warehouse. Perhaps they're looking for you there.
Okay, I hold out the wrench and the harpoon at Hank and go, which can you get a good swing with?
I'll take the wrench.
Okay. And point at the rest of the people in the room, like, anybody for a harpoon?
Well, I mean, it's pretty... I mean, I could probably
Stabby.
use it. I could probably use it.
Okay.
All right,
Here you go.
I'll take the harpoon.
Okay. Has anybody else got any experience with firearms?
Nope, I'm just going to lie down here on the floor with this knife.
Okay.
Wake
So-
me up if something happens.
While this is all like, they're mainly looking in the bigger warehouse where the fire is now, Will.
They've quite directly moved inside, yeah.
Does it look like where we think we have to go to the docks is clear now?
I wouldn't say that it was clear, no. But
There's less.
but I would say that
torches.
you feel, you'd feel safer about making it out of this building and trying to search for a boat. Of course, you don't know exactly where the boat is. Presumably somewhere on this docks. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this is probably the worst timing ever, but I think if we want to look for this boat, now's going to be the least busy time to do it. Miss Clark, are you able?
Yes.
No, she ain't going anywhere.
I fished
So-
the first aid stuff that the doctor gave us out of the bag. Is there anything anybody can do with this?
Elsie, you better...
We need to get moving.
Wait,
Yeah,
we're
I
on a
can
dock.
try.
Aren't there any of those like trolleys or like dollies or anything that we can just lay her out on and just push her?
That's going to be loud.
Probably-
I can.
Probably a luck check if you want to find one. Hey, it might be one.
No, not with a 90 at the
No.
moment.
No such luck.
In fact, there aren't
Wait.
even anything. There isn't even anything with wheels in about 200 meters now. All the cars and things have edged away. Any horses have fucked off. There was a donkey that's now passed out.
The walls are
Why
falling
don't-
down.
Yeah.
Why don't just two of us go down and get the boat, row it down this way, and she can hop in?
I mean, it doesn't need all of us to go find it, but Elsie's not going. I'm sorry, but she's in no condition to do it.
Reggie,
They're coming this way. We can't.
they're gonna come. Listen to Miss Belvant. Now is our chance.
You don't know they're gonna come in here. There's loads of buildings
Hey!
around. If we lay low here, give us, at least a bit of time to catch our breath, to, get our boundaries, get our,
Catching her breath isn't
bearings.
gonna seal up those wounds. Hank, you're strong. Just throw her over your shoulder and we'll just get to the boat and we'll worry about it when we get back. Gently throw her over your shoulder. Come on.
Very
Miss
cursory.
Clark?
In an extremely gentlemanly manner, kindly hoist her mind, upon your
So let me
shoulder.
get it. So let me get
I'll
this
walk
straight. You're gonna carry Elsie quietly through the docks. I mean, has anyone
I'll
else
tell you
see a
this much.
problem with
I'll
that?
tell you this much. The sound problem is not
thunder
one that
and
you're dealing with
lightning
right
out
now.
there.
There is thunder and lightning everywhere, so hearing someone is unlikely. Seeing someone
We just
with
run
a
between
light
the lightning
is likely,
flashes.
but
Hank will walk over to Miss Clark. Miss Clark? And I'll...
Yes.
You... So as soon as I see it's not negative, I'm gonna, lift
I mean,
fireman's
Reggie's
carrier
looking at Elsie and he's looking daggers at her like, no.
she's been stabbed 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
been
I-
stabbed multiple times.
If you're going to carry her, I'd go with over the threshold rather than over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Like,
not-
that's
not
definitely
up the
going to cause
shoulder,
her
not up the
stomach
I don't
wound.
give a
shoulder.
shit which way. Pick her up. Let's go.
Yeah, as long as she doesn't resist, I'm gonna lift her up and immediately book it out the door. Make sure
I
it's
put
clear.
an
then book it.
arm around Wilkes and go, we've got to go now. We've got to move.
We're getting off the island.
The people who are coming for us, they want to take the book from you. If they come near you,
At
you
the
use
moment that she
Like-
says taking the book, I'm going to sprint after Hank.
There we go. Okay. Running.
Alrighty. And at this point, as you guys start to head outside, you do notice something strange coming from the Virgil Shipping Limited warehouse building. And it's the same thing that that Laura, in fact, a couple of nights before had noticed, and it is the lights coming from inside that building. Moreover, not only do you see these strong beams of yellow, white, amber, red as these lights begin to change in a multicolored faceted way, you also begin to hear a sound aside from the lightning and thunder, and it's a chant on the winds. And it sounds as though it is coming from the warehouse as well, as though a chorus of voices are joining together in song, but it feels more like a dirge, like a chant of a wall of sound which is projecting out from inside there along with the light. And I need everybody to roll me a sanity check at this point. Yeah, and we'll get to your question in a sec, Walks.
Okay.
Actually, go ahead.
32.
Nice.
6.
35.
Oh my
Nice.
god, you are magic now.
31.
Apparently,
So good.
this is nothing. You're
the
chanting
best
me
thing-
fuck all, Will. That's what you're chanting me.
We'll see about that.
That book is the best thing that ever happened
It's
to
on
you.
your chanting. I've got a fucking book.
Oh, we'll see about that, my friend.
Oh dear God. I bet I probably recognise the stupid chanting, don't I?
You recognize it.
Yeah,
It is
can
the,
I-
the
can I-
passage
can I-
which you've read out.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. So remember, Wilkes sort of translated the first passage when he was reading out against his will, and it seems as though that is the same thing which is being chanted out over and over. Of course, you guys don't know that. Wilkes, however, is probably having a reaction to that. Did anybody fail the check?
Yeah.
Good.
failed.
All right, then we only have to roll a d6. Here it is, 1 point of sanity. Oh, you guys are having it so easy. Whoa. It's something about it which is incredibly unnerving. And just sends that shiver down your spine. And Wilkes, this is... oh, Hank, did you just gain an indefinite insanity?
No, I accidentally did it for me.
Yeah, accidentally. That sounds real.
I
That
was
sounds like
changing
it's
it.
the truth.
I was reducing it down 1, and it
All right.
changed it to
We'll
0.
believe you. We'll believe
Yeah,
you
the
for that.
character sheets like to pop that up even if you don't click anything in
Yeah,
sanity. It
that's-
just pops that up sometimes.
It's alright, I just like to give Gareth shit. So, you, Wilkes, however, this is probably the worst thing that Wilkes could be hearing right now. You obviously succeed in the sanity check, so it's not making you lose your mind or do anything particularly strange, but this is very bad, because these are the words that you chanted and took you to a different place. And if these people are chanting these same words, this could mean this could have dire consequences.
In no way quietly. Is it the gateway? And then I'm just going to run a flat sprint away from the sound. I don't care if that's where the boat is. I don't care about what's happening in any direction other than wherever the chanting is. I'm sprinting flat into the storm in the opposite direction.
Wilkes just goes for it. You watch as he just like screams, runs. He looks like he's lost his mind.
Well,
I'll
we've
follow
got
after him as
distraction.
quickly as possible.
Wait, no. Oh.
All right, Law runs out as well, and at this point, you guys feel this deep rumble, like an earthquake, underneath your feet, as though something tectonic just moved, as though something just shifted. And it's incredibly unnerving, as it feels like your footing is just sort of, shaken off for a second, as though gravity's, that just shifted for a second and then reasserts itself, and the chanting is getting louder and louder, and despite the storm and the lightning crashing down, you're still hearing it. Wilkes and Law have run off. Reggie and Elsie, are you still inside?
I've got hold of
yeah.
Elsie, right?
Yeah, he's got a hold on me.
Oh.
I
Bit
mean,
country song.
Reggie's kind of just standing, waiting. He's not entirely sure what to do at this moment. He's kind of... Yeah, he's just waiting. He doesn't know what to do. He's clutching hold of the harpoon, like, almost as if expecting someone to jump out from somewhere. His guard's up, but he's just waiting.
Okay, so Sebastian and Law are out, and Virginia, Elsie, Hank, and Reggie are still inside.
Virginia's gonna turn to Reggie and be like, "Tell her you love her, you might be about to die!" And she's gonna run after Law because she doesn't want Law on her own trying to deal with Professor Wilkes.
That sounds wise.
Thanks.
Not that I think you're incapable, but you know, crazy people are strong.
It's fair.
No, that's accurate.
He's rolling
got a
way
sort of,
too well.
wild.
I'm in no way hanging on to no threads.
Okay, Tank, what you got?
Hank will kind of turn back to Reggie. It's like the trenches. We got to stick together.
Yeah.
And he'll kind of give him one last look and then run out carrying Elsie.
Okay.
Over the top. And run
Also,
out.
Mr. Odin has donated for 4 crits to my good self, just to balance things out a little bit. That's fair. It's very fair. Thanks, Odin.
Yeah. Call of Cthulhu will remember this, Jill.
Okay, so Hank runs out with Elsie. Reggie, are you following?
Yeah, he absolutely is following. Yeah.
Okay, all of you can roll me a hard spot hidden check as you're looking for a boat.
I'll use a crit.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I'm ready to.
I'm just gonna throw this thing. I'm not.
Yeah, I
looking.
fail. I fail 90.
I don't see a boat.
I don't see
Can I
anything but
one?
the rain in the tears, probably.
Okay,
Virginia is
so
really motivated.
Law and Seb have sort of run ahead,
got a
and
green
Virginia. Nice. It's Virginia and then Hank who spot it. It's not much more than a rowboat. It's a little bigger than a rowboat. It could fit the group of you in, and it's just like tied up, moored. And the storm at this point is making the waves as you get out onto the dock itself. Crash against Glumthorn Isle, and just looking out into the sea, it is like the sea is boiling and roiling indeed. It's quite terrifying out there, and the amount of waves that's moving up. The boat itself is just sort of moving up and down, but it is a boat. What do you do?
How
is
easy
not
is
what
it
I
to
was
get
expecting.
to?
You'd be able to jump down to it. Yeah, it's
Okay.
you're on the dock on the planks and whatnot. You could jump
So,
down to it, but like I say,
Virginia-
it's dangerous in the storm.
Virginia grew up in a seaside town, so I suspect she's had rowboats out, but she does hate storms, but she's very motivated, so she's going to try and get down to get onto the boat to start getting people on it. Plus, she seems the most capable of everyone, because Hank's carrying Elsie, Sebastian's lost his mind, Law's busy with Sebastian, and Reggie's caring about Elsie, so...
I like how she's dropped Reggie's caring about Elsie rather than keeps getting bottled in the face for some reason.
Ooh, okay, what stat is that, Will?
What are you rolling? What are you trying to do?
She wants to try and get onto the boat.
Jump.
Okay, jump.
Fuck.
That commonly statted... I didn't roll that well. Can I push it?
You can push it for sure.
Will that make it an extreme?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jeff.
That's a 100.
I feel so fucking debated right now. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like that's the reverse of cool. That's where cool goes to die.
Yeah.
I saw the 1 and I was like, ooh, I saw lots of zeros, and I realized what it meant.
It's like,
Oh my God.
Oh,
Wrong one.
Ones and zeros.
So here's what happens.
It's a high shit.
You spot Virginia, and she like shouts out, the boat's here, the boat's here, and you'll turn around to look and start moving towards the boat, and Virginia just like, tries to jump into the boat, but like I say, this boat is moving several feet up and down at a time with all the waves coming in, and she disappears into the water. It's like she's gone. Like you don't see her head come back up.
Shite. She's dead.
More room in the boat now?
This chanting gets louder and louder, and I need everybody to roll me a sanity check. But Virginia, you don't need to roll me a sanity check because you're in the water.
Because you're drowning. So there's a plus.
40.
I succeed.
Okay,
30.
I'm hold on a second. I'm in this. fucking thing.
31.
I got 10. I'm rolling like fire.
You guys are killing it.
40.
I
Wait,
think
is
that's-
0 and a
No, it
10
is
a
sanity.
10?
No,
Sanity.
0 and 10 is 100.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So wouldn't that...
Alrighty.
What?
So I think everyone succeeds, right?
Yes, my continued inexplicable magical powers carry on.
Excellent.
This is what you get from stabbing old ladies, magical powers.
Yeah, this is what you get. Every
Lesson.
cunt who's been coming at me for the entire last week, you can suck every inch of my dick. That's what happened.
All right, but I will say
You
this.
should kill old women in every game. No.
Everybody loses 4 points of sanity aside from Virginia as you do succeed. So I didn't roll 2d6, I just rolled the 1d6. It's nice like that.
Okay.
But I will tell you this, Virginia, as you descend into the icy depths, the icy darkness of this water, you hear the sound of this chorus strangely louder than ever before. And it's all around you. It's as though, it would be as though the fish were singing to you. Not that there are any fish around you right now, but the water itself seems to amplify the sound. You know when you go underwater and sounds, turns fucking weird? It doesn't do that. It doesn't sort of get further away. It actually gets louder and louder. And Virginia, as you're down in this water, you lose consciousness. With the voices overwhelming you. Now, the rest of you, you've seen her disappear into there. What do? The chanting's louder and louder. It's now affecting your mental state. The sound of this chant is an incredible distraction on your mind, like a headache, burning hot and bright in the front of your head.
Muttering the chant.
I'm chasing after Wilt still. Are you still running?
I may have stopped if we've reached the bank. If we reached the edge where the boat was, I probably stopped.
Yeah.
And I'm just now muttering along with the chant at this point.
Professor, we've found a boat. I don't know that this is true. I'm just trying to get him to stop and come back.
A boat?
We found a boat. We can get off. We can leave. Come. Not now. Not now. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. I take the last scrap of rag and just put it in his mouth and tie it behind his head.
That seems wise. This isn't going to get better.
Yeah. Virginia, by the way, you will lose 8 points of sanity for hearing that.
Come on. And I lead him back to where I last saw the group. Looking for them.
We're not Finding Gluey. McGluan Huaf. Cthulhu Riley. We're gonna go for Targan.
We know where the boat is now, right?
You could all see the boat. You
Reggie.
just seen Virginia go into it, and disappear into the water.
It
up the
doesn't
side.
seem to go very well for her.
How rough are the seas? Like, really fucking rough?
I mean, as rough as they come, my friend. Yeah.
Oh, I ain't getting in that boat. I say we go back to the town and hide out there.
Hank's gonna drop
We did
Elsie
just watch
down.
Virginia die.
He's gonna just place her down. He's gonna whip his shirt off and Hasselhoff himself into the water.
If you don't have the Baywatch music queued up, then you just take a moment, queue up the Baywatch music, and then slam that shit on.
Are you trying to get into the boat?
No, I saw Virginia go in, so like,
Okay,
I
you're
know
going
that
after
she's
her.
in there. I know she's gonna
Probably
die.
a swim.
Unless...
Well, I have a mechanics question.
Yeah, go ahead.
My sanity started at 50, it's now at 48. That's
Yes.
fine, right? It doesn't.
Well, you
matter
have
that
lost
much.
8 all in one go, so you have a temporary insanity, but right now you're unconscious.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's a
You're fine.
success for me.
Nice. So Virginia's Hank, you sort of dive into the water and mercilessly you find something, you grab onto something as Virginia, and you start to sort of pull her back up to the surface. But it's incredibly difficult with the sea moving as it is. The rest of you see Hank and Virginia return to the surface, and they're next to the boat.
Can I try and attempt to push Virginia up onto the boat?
Yeah, you could roll me a strength check for that.
I'm somewhat strong. I will spend 5 points of luck to make that a success.
So Hank, peers back up, bursts from the icy depths, and throws, Virginia onto the boat, and then starts pulling himself up as well. Reggie, you're staying, or are you running back to the town? I mean, at this point, Reggie does maybe feel like it's every man for himself.
I mean, I think Reggie should probably roll some sort of emasculation check or something.
I give a fuck. The guy's an idiot enough to jump in the water. Fine. He's going to turn to Elsie and go, I ain't getting in that boat. I'm going back to the town. Lay low
You
for a
don't
while.
want to get off the island?
Oh, I
Or
do.
do you think the boat's going to capsize and they're all going to drown?
I think the boat's going to capsize and they're all going to die, yeah.
How much boating experience do you have?
0.
I live in the mountains. I don't have any boat experience either. That does look bad.
Yeah. So town, we can hide out for a bit.
Yes, if they find us, I'm throwing myself off a cliff into the sea, though.
Fine, we'll do it when,
All right.
we can do that. Come
There
on.
are cliffs nearby, yeah. If you want
Yep,
to do that.
yep.
Yeah.
Is that near the statue
Okay,
of Saint Agatha? Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Reggie will start to kind of sneak back more.
So everyone
into the
jumps.
town. Away from
All right,
the
Reggie.
fucking chorus. Away from the bloody loud noise of the chorus.
Yeah, Reggie and Elsie begin to. So you have to sort of move past the well, but it's fine. You'll get back onto the town. I'm sure it'll be fine for you too. Okay, Sebastian and Law, or I guess Law, who's really in charge of Sebastian at this point. Virginia and Hank are on the boat. Reggie and
Yeah, I was
Elsie
pretty much
are
just coming
running the
in
other
peacefully at
way.
this point.
Yeah, what do you do?
I don't think that boat's going to make it.
I kind of look between them and the boat and the sea. I'm just like, absolutely not. We can't get on there.
We have to get. They're
What
trying
happens?
to-
What happens if it sinks? What happens to the book?
Listen, if you're so, shocked about them getting hold of it, go to the pier, toss it in the ocean, let it be. Alright?
Don't-
If not, no, I don't.
Actually, no. That's a good point. Mechanically, how much do I understand about the recursive nature of the first act of The King in Yellow? Would I have academic knowledge of that?
Right now, in this
hard
moment,
to say, right?
yeah, hard to say. I mean, and at this point, is Wilkes tracking that?
Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. No, we mustn't give them any chance of getting hold of the book. If we throw it, they might. If they find the book, and at this point, I'm like gritting my teeth, trying to get the sentence out and follow it from one end to the other without crying or vomiting or something. If they find the book, they will open the gateway. If they open the gateway, we will all die.
Okay,
Screaming.
so if the
So
boat
let's
sinks,
not.
if the boat sinks while we're on it, that's as bad as throwing it off a cliff, right? We have to wait until the sea has calmed.
I don't. Honestly, I don't think this is what you would describe as normal weather. I think this is more portent laden than that. So I'm not certain the storm will abate. Okay, look.
If something is causing it, if it is a portent,
Oh, they actually did tell me the time, right? I actually know the time, don't I, of when this is actually set to go down.
Oh, you did.
I'm not sure if you know
I
the
remember.
hour, but the Herald definitely told you it was today.
was
And
today,
he did
right?
seem
It
to
was
suggest
just-
when it was dark. But that's sort of, it was one of those vague portent things of like, it could be now, it could be at midnight,
How close
have-
are we to the sea edge?
The sea edge.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on the dock, so, as close as you can get really without being in the water.
Hank is also screaming at you all. Like,
Yeah.
really angrily screaming at you all.
saying words or just like.
I mean, has
He's
anyone
just
got a
screaming.
rope?
Like, I imagine it's above the thunder, so you can barely hear it, but you can see that like his
I
full face is
gesture.
straight.
to the ocean. That's all right.
All right, I've had enough of this bullshit. I'm going to head back into the town. If you want to stand here in the fucking rain and just wander around aimlessly, then be my fucking guest. But I'm going back to the town, all right? This is whole bullshit. I'm done with this entire island. I'm going to wait, hide out till the ocean calms down, and then I'm going to fuck off. That's what I'm going to do, all right?
There's another one of those deep rumbles in the earth, which seems to shudder and move, and you look over at one of the cliffs and you see that there's essentially a landslide happening, you know, when sort of erosion has happened on a cliff, and you see rocks and landslides happen. And that begins to, there's a huge crash of earth and rock seems to be happening all around the island at this point. And the sea is still just having a field day with that.
Okay, we need to move.
I'm gone.
I'll turn to Laurie and just place a hand, and tears are just streaming down my face at this point. And all I'm gonna say is, "It's coming tonight." And that's about it. At that point, I'm gonna entirely mentally shut down.
Okay, we need to get out of here. Put my arm around him again. I'm a little worried he's gonna run off again, so I'm gonna tie the rope round him and around me.
That's good instinct.
And look to Reggie and just go, where?
What? Back to the town.
Okay, you go first. And I chuck in the shotgun. And I take the pistol out and keep it down by my hip.
Right, okay. So he's got like a jab. He's got a harpoon and a shotgun.
Maybe give Miss Turner the shotgun.
Right, okay.
She doesn't seem to have anything.
Isn't she unconscious?
Oh, sorry.
Virginia,
it's all the massive blood loss I've experienced in the past.
Miss Turner's on the boat with me.
Day.
Yeah, she's on the boat with you.
Okay, I'll give Elsie the shotgun. She seemed at home with that. And then start heading towards the town. Okay.
Hank, at this point, it does look like the rest of the party are abandoning you and Virginia, but you can yourself unmoor the boat and go if you'd like to. It looks like they're staying. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think at this point, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna kind of throw the rope off, and then just start rowing back.
Okay.
As hard and fast as I can.
Alrighty. So you unmoor the boat and start heading off into the sort of harbor area, I guess, with Virginia. Now the rest of you start heading back towards the town, and at this point, as you're heading back along the docks and gets back to the building maybe that you were in before, you see that the lights from the warehouse building are sort of streaming round and round, brighter than ever. And the four of you can make me another sanity check.
Enough, man, enough.
Just sanity field day over here. Every time that
I rolled a 43, which is a pass.
I got an 11, so there's that.
I got an 82, which is not a pass.
Oh, good. Elsie, you passed, yeah?
Yeah.
I think I'm just immune to damage when I have the book. Is that a facet of the book?
That seems reasonable, yeah. Alrighty. Those who succeed lose 3 points lore. You lose 5 points of sanity, which in fact is a temporary sanity for 5 and 1 insanity for 5 and 1 go. So what happens to you is I get to control something that your character does for a few moments as you're insane. This light beam stays on you for a second. It's like the Eye of Sauron when it looks on Aragorn at the Black Gates. And it just sort of like pauses on you as this light has been spotlighted on you. And you hear this chant louder than the others, and it's as though you can, for a second, understand what is being said. It's as though you understand what's happening, and for a second you get a sort of insight into what Wilkes has been talking about. You know, he's been gibbering, he's been on about this madness, about opening this gate. But what you can feel, you understand for a second, is that something about this chanting, something about this light is opening a way for something else. Like this gateway to another place. And that place, for a second while you're insane, is somewhere that you really, really, want to go to. And you stop, and you yourself begin muttering the same words that Wilkes have been muttering, the same chant that's coming from this this warehouse. What do the group of you do? I guess as you notice Law sort of like stuck in this light, like a fly drawn towards a nice warm light.
Look, and I give her a gentle tap on the cheek. Hey, come on. Hey, Professor, what the hell's happening to her?
Here, she'll kind of just try to pull more gently.
That's a chin bandara.
This is creepy.
Alright, well, we'll guide them both out of here. Come on.
Carcosa.
Try and guide both of them out. Oh, will you shut up, Professor, for God's sake.
Voices join the chorus. Another one of these tectonic rumbles comes through, and you feel the ground beneath you begin to just like fall out from underneath your feet for a second, as it feels as though the whole island just did a judder, as though the whole island just sort of like almost began to sink down into the sea. And at this point you feel as though this whole island is about to be sort of engulfed by the ocean. You look out into the water and you can just about make out where Hank and Virginia are being pulled away in the boat, but really they're not making a whole lot of headway because it's the ocean which is sort of dictating their direction. And you look out to the sea for a second, and it's as though 100 sets of eyes are looking at you from the water. Hundreds or thousands of sets of green and yellow, almost like cat-like eyes are glimmering out from the ocean, as though they're looking upon this island hungrily as it begins to sink down into the water. And you can see water beginning to rush onto the docks, as though a tsunami had just hit, but there's no tsunami wave coming. It's as though the ocean is engulfing the island as it is falling down into it. At this point, what do you guys do?
Elsie, they said whatever they're doing in that warehouse is causing this, or something like that, yeah?
Something like that.
Right. Here, you take this. I hand her the harpoon. Give me a shotgun. I'm going to do something very, very stupid.
You're going to do something very stupid and rash.
Yeah, I'm going to do something really fucking stupid.
You could just not.
Or, well, I mean, the island is sinking, and that's what's causing it, so I'm gonna go stop it. So can I have the shotgun?
Holds up the shotgun. Try not to die.
I'll do my best. You better head to high ground. Fuck.
Right.
Fuck. He starts heading towards the warehouse.
Okay, I'd like Law to roll me a power. A power. Power. Which is one of your main stats.
68, which is over. Can I use one of the...
You can spend luck on it. Or you could push it.
Run me through pushing it, because I've never had to do that.
So pushing it is, you get to roll again, but it's twice as difficult, so it's one step harder. So if you had 50 in the stat, now you're looking for 25 and under.
Ooh. And can I still use one of my 20s if I fail it, or do I have to do that beforehand?
Yeah, you have to call that beforehand.
I'm gonna call it beforehand. I can't risk this. Yeah, one down.
Okay, Law. For a second, you snap out of it. The light sort of just like comes off you for a second, and you see Reggie moving with the weapon towards the warehouse, with determination.
Where is he going?
Oh, you snapped out of it. Good. He's being an idiot and he's trying to stop all this.
Oh, for God's sake. I untie the rope around my waist and hand it to her. pull my pistol
All right.
out, cock
yes,
it, and follow.
He seems rather out of it. I think I could handle it. Yes. Good day to you as
Stuff
well.
a rag in his mouth!
That would be easier for you, honestly.
Yeah. She'll be like, right, well, I only have bandages right now, so I'm terribly sorry, Professor. But it's just good.
And on that day, I got septicemia. It's actually quite crunchy as bandages go.
Oh.
Yummy.
Well, we did get some first aid supplies, so they're clean bandages. They're new. She hasn't been able to apply them to herself yet.
So Reggie and Law, you guys are about to bust your way into the warehouse where the lights and the chanting are coming from.
Well, you were as stupid as I was, were you?
Well, it doesn't look like we've got many places to go, so we might as well have some fun, huh? Any ideas?
Well, I was going to kick the door down and shoot anything that moves.
Oh, that sounds really clever. Are there any windows to a higher level? Or anywhere?
It's just, I mean, it's a warehouse, so it's got those, like, 2 floors of windows on it that which you could feasibly climb, but, you know, it's a storm,
They got like the metal rung ladders up to those levels?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, let's go up. Range is good.
Okay. I'm not great at climbing. Oh, well, how
It's
about
a
you go
ladder.
up there? You go up there, and I'll go in this side, so top and bottom. Trust me, I'll be quiet.
With a shotgun.
Well, I'll be quiet up until the point I shoot.
Okay. Good luck.
Okay. As you're, like, climbing the ladder, another one of these rumbles happens where it feels like the island is falling deeper, you know, another 10 feet or so, and sort of have to hold on to the rungs in the rain, and you get that vice-like grip that comes only with the strength when you're in a near-death situation where that adrenaline just, like, kicks in. It's fight or flight. You just grab onto the rungs and head up. So is one of you going to like burst through the door while the other one comes up? Or
I'm in my mind, in Reggie's mind, they're all concentrating on chanting, whatever. So if I softly and slowly, using the storm as cover to quietly open the door, I can just sneak in, slip in at the bottom, and then hide behind some crates or whatever's there for cover.
Stealth check from Reggie then.
I'm going to nat 20 it.
Good idea. All right, you slip inside, and I'm immediately going to need you to roll me a sanity check as well.
Of course you are.
You knew it was coming.
Ooh, 6. I'm okay.
What are these sanity rolls today? I don't like this at all.
Like
you lose 3 points of sanity, and I'll tell you for why. So you slip inside, and as a strike of lightning comes down, you use that advantage to just slip inside this rusty old door and take a look. The chanting becomes louder as you're inside. It's near fever pitch, and it's almost as though if you've ever been to, when you're at a concert and you're right next to the speakers of a PA. And it begins to, your ears have to adjust to the sheer level of decibels which they're taking in, the amount of, bass that's coming into your fucking face right there. It's that kind of level of volume which assaults your ears. But moreover, what you see in the room, this large warehouse, all around appears to be paintings, artwork, some of which looks as though it's been sort of recently opened and just sort of like taken out. Many of these paintings look as though they are the ones that Elsie has seen, sort of bloody paintings constructed by young Archie. And you see the dozen or so people in the room, and immediately you can make out these figures. And I'm going to say, Law, as you're sort of getting up onto the upper level of like a catwalk, you can also see this scene as well. In fact, Law, roll your sanity check as well as you come into the
38.
The room. Nice, success. So you only lose 3 points of sanity as well. Because you can make out Captain Woolscott, you can make out some of the sailors, including Jesse from the bar that you had a little run-in with before. You see the young Archie Virgil in the room as well, the bloodied knife still in his hand, as though he's forgotten entirely about it. It's just an extension of his hand at this point. You see the bracelet clasped onto his arm. You also see Eric Carlisle and he is still in his suit, but disturbingly enough, his face is not his own. For a second, you can't exactly put a finger on why. You know it's not his, and then after a horrifying realization, you see that it's the flayed face of the policeman, Inspector Warren, which he's currently wearing on his own face, sort of hastily. It looks like it's just been like placed onto his head. And you see also Archibald Sr., who is wearing the other policeman's face on his as well. And he seems to be wearing this sort of like head dress, almost like a crown. It's bizarre. It gives him this look of a sort of, like a priest, I guess, or a religious figure. Both of them are wearing these bloody faces. In the center of this room, from where the light beams seem to be coming from, brighter than ever, is Tom, the boy that you left behind. And there is something on Tom, and it's on his chest, sort of wrapped around him, almost like the way like monkeys or babies hang on to onto people, sort of wrapped around. And this creature it's not anything you've seen before. It's bat-like in nature, like a large sort of marsupial sort of creature. It has fangs. You can just about make out some of its leering, twisted face. At times you think maybe it's part wolf, part bat. It's impossible to define with the amount that you're able to really look at it, because it is eating away at the flesh of the young boy Tom. But horrifyingly enough, it doesn't seem like he's dead. His voice is also joining the chanting through what must be an incredible amount of pain, as this creature is just tearing away parts of his flesh while it's wrapped itself around him. And the chanting has at this point reached fever pitch. What do you do?
I'm gonna take the two ends of my tie and stuff them in my ear. I don't want to hear anything that's going on in this room.
Is there someone leading the chant?
You would suspect that it is Archibald Sr. Because he's wearing this sort of strange concoction on his head.
I'm
going to
I'm going to get behind some crates, aim the shotgun, and blow his head off.
Okay.
Or at least attempt to blow his head off.
It's certainly a good idea to give that one a go. Alrighty, give me an attack roll.
Oh god, here we go.
Yeah, we can crit this one if you want.
I know I could, but I've got one.
Dice rolls. Miss.
I had an 88. Oh fuck.
Shotgun blast goes off. Law, I'll give you the opportunity, as you know that's the signal to do something here as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, cover's blown. And look for the most likely target to
I
aim
think
for.
you'd probably also settle on
Yeah.
Archibald Sr. wearing a face.
Okay, I'm gonna aim the revolver at him and give it a go. Ooh. 33! What a time for a
Sounds
double!
like a hit.
Yeah! Fucking hell!
Alrighty, give me that
I was
damage.
just double checking my stat then, like, holy shit, okay.
What's revolver damage? I can't remember.
It's a good
Isn't it
question.
like
That 20 being the revolver
20.
damage sounds pretty sexy.
I think it's a D10.
It's a
It's
D10.
D10, is it?
D10.
If it's a heavy revolver, it's a D10 plus 2.
I don't know what
I
it
think
was.
it's just a revolver. I think
Yeah.
you just have a revolver.
Yeah. So if
Uh,
you just roll a D10.
I would do if I had... Oh no, of course I
Try and
have.
find a D10.
I'm panicking, alright! 7.
Stressful. Alrighty, 7 damage. The shot goes out to life. First the shotgun from Reggie, and then the revolver from Law. And those outside can maybe just about hear the sound of gunfire from within. You might see the flash of light, but with the amount of storm going out there. And of course, Virginia's unconscious and Hank's somewhere in the ocean at this point. Somewhere drowning in the ocean. Probably won't make this one out, but you do sort of cave away. It sort of goes into his chest, right about where his heart would be, and it sort of leaves this like smoking, bloody ruin where he would be, and he sort of falls back for a second. And at that moment, you see the creature, rather than, as you might fear, move towards you, it seems to maybe it senses the blood, maybe it senses the weakness, but it jumps preternaturally as though it could fly, and for a second it looks like it did have flight, almost in the way that sometimes when you see those squirrels or whatever they are, those like flying squirrels that can like glide and whatnot, it almost sort of like jumps, propels itself and glides over to the still standing but wounded Archibald Sr. and begins to tear away at where his heart would be, and just begins to eat away at the flesh. And those still on the island, so aside from Virginia and Hank, can roll me one more sanity check.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
I am bulletproof!
20.
Okay.
It's dripping
I'm
with the
okay.
blood
I'm
of the
okay.
dead woman.
Just barely made it. 53.
Oh my god, 36. I just made it.
Oh.
Okay. Anybody failed? It sounds like everyone succeeded. All right. 2 points of sanity is all that you lose as you watch this creature go in with a hand, and it's have you ever seen one of those eyes, a sort of marsupial creature with a really extended long finger that can go into wood and sort of gets out maggots that way? It's fucking gross. If you haven't seen one, look it up. It goes in with one of its fingers. You can see its long, extended, almost razor-sharp finger, and it just burrows out the heart and the still sort of beating heart of Archibald Sr., sort of blood pumping over its hand. It just begins to feast upon it, and you watch as the blood dribbles down its face. And I need one last roll from everyone. I promise it's the last roll. Is a power check.
Oh my.
Okay. Well, the good news is my power is better than my sanity currently.
It's one of your main stats. And it's sort of like a
I got
willpower.
37 again.
I
Christ, what's going on?
did not do well there.
I succeeded.
My book is like a shield of steel. That thing.
Can I?
Failed. I failed.
Succeeded.
Good.
What was that? The other option? Sorry, I forget the terminology for make it harder.
Push it.
Yeah.
Push it. Yeah, push it real.
Yeah,
So
okay.
again, half. If it's 50 down to 25, 20 divided down to 12.
I'm rolling under 30. Please, please, please. No. No, that's
Okay.
75.
Shit, should I push
Alrighty.
mine? Fuck it, let's go all in. All in. Push it.
What could go
Push it.
wrong? Push it.
A quick query.
Yes!
If
16!
you both...
16!
Oh, okay.
I got it!
That won't come to pass then. I was just wondering if pushes are like terrifying in maths, and like if they both fail to push, does it get that much exponentially worse?
Double the.
Yeah. The more fails, the
Echo chamber of failure.
Exactly. It's I made that joke. Yeah. So the two of you, Reggie, in fact, you grit your teeth, and so what begins to happen is that this chorus, they're still singing. That's the terrifying thing. It's like the sailors in the room and those chanting have barely noticed or don't disregarded the fact that you've just shot their priest, because this creature has begun to eat it, and they seem fervently obsessed with the sound. And as it reaches fever pitch, as you hear the beating of the heart of Archibald Sr. as it is gorged down, by this horrific creature. You grit your teeth as the sound becomes unbearable and the light becomes unbearable. Laura previously had the hands over her ears, but now you're gonna have to like shut your eyes closed as well, as is Reggie, and you begin to feel your ears begin to bleed, and a sort of like white noise begins to happen. And I'll say this, as the last sort of rumble comes, you sense your consciousness beginning to drift away from you. If you've ever, fainted before, there's those few moments before you faint where you start, blinking, and you can sense that something's really, really wrong. You're sweating incredible amounts, and including Sebastian and Elsie outside, whatever this is about to become very, very real for Larupia. So I'll give you all a few moments. Tell me what you do before you feel that unconsciousness overwhelm you. And if you fail the check, then you're basically instantly unconscious.
Yeah.
If you succeeded, you get those few moments.
Elsie is going to try to sit the professor down next to her because she knows it can be real bad if you pass out and hit your head on something. So she's just going to try to get that. And she's already bled enough today. She's going to try to get in a horizontal position and just hold that knife at the ready.
Okay.
I can only assume I have no either capacity to or knowledge of the means to reverse this process, in game, right?
Yeah. I don't think.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to be laid down and continue to charm.
Yeah. Okay. Your voice joins the chorus. Reggie, what have you got? You could feasibly get a shot off here.
Yeah, Reggie's gonna you could sense his mind is absolutely throbbing. It's almost like his skull is going to burst. And he kind of staggers out from the crates, and it's almost like him imagining he's back in the trenches with like the lightning is turned to gunfire and the whole thing is turning into kind of like a war zone, and all he sees is the people in front, and he kind of pulls up the shotgun. He falls to one knee, pulls up the shotgun and just about to pull the trigger, but he just doesn't have the energy and just passes out.
Alrighty. As everything fades away from you, we cut over to a roiling ocean and one unconscious Virginia and one Hank who was rowing desperately through the water. And Hank, the boat is taking on water. It's fair to say, with the waves crashing onto you. Not so much that you're immediately about to go down, but perhaps more disturbingly, you too have noticed the hundreds and thousands of sets of eyes, green and yellow glowing eyes, which have suddenly appeared in the gloom beneath you. Their eyes seem fixated both on the island, but as you move past them, it seems as though they notice you as well. And quite quickly, you have a chorus, a sort of gaggle of these eyes, which they seem to have no body, which you can see in the water, at least now. But they are following your boat very, very clearly, coming with you.
Hank's gonna kind of have.
Oh, you're super quiet.
Hello, can you hear me? Is that better?
That's better.
Hank's gonna kind of have Virginia's head kind of rested on his leg while he's kind of powering down. He'll see these things out of the corner of his eye, but he kind of doesn't want to look straight at them to admit that they're there himself. And he'll be kind of looking down at Virginia and just say, Betty, we're going to get out of this. Betty, we're strong enough to make our way through this. Betty, just hold on. Betty, we're going to be okay. They should have come with me. I tried to talk to them, Betty. I tried. They didn't listen to me. As he's just like rowing as hard as he could, kind of babbling incoherently, trying to convince himself, if not anything else.
Okay. With this sinking feeling in your heart, you feel something pulling on the boat. Something very, very strong pulling on the boat from below, and it's a sudden lurch, and you look back at the island, and with horror, you realize you're no way far enough away from the island for it to be far enough for you to not see. you see the last moment where the island disappears into the water, and there is no Glumthorn Isle anymore when you look back behind you. At the same time, there's this tugging on the oceans, and you sense, it's bizarre, you've never felt as though the ocean has spoken to you before, or that it was even capable of doing that. But it feels as though it's calling you down into the depths.
Can I try and fight this, or is it kind of worming its way in?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not something which is overwhelming you, but it's this presence that you're aware of now. That these eyes, it's as though they want you down there with them.
Like, Hank's gonna keep rowing, but he's gonna kind of keep feeling it eating inside his head until perhaps it gets too much, so he kind of crouches down in the boat, pulling his shirt above his head, like trying to talk over the noise so we can't hear it anymore, like, and ducking down and just trying to zone it out as much as he can.
Yeah, and you row until your arms feel like lead, and you're completely exhausted to the point where all adrenaline is, just your tank is completely empty. Virginia's still, unconscious at this point. She doesn't look like she's coming around anytime soon, and it's maybe been an hour, perhaps two. The island is completely gone from you. These eyes beneath you are following you, and you don't see anything out there in the distance.
Hank will kind of
the tugging
collapse.
gets sort of heavier.
Yeah, I imagine he'll collapse into the boat. He'll light up a cigarette and just kind of realise there's nothing he can do here. Come on, you son of a bitch. And he'll just take a few minutes to enjoy this last cigarette, which I imagine is damp and half burning, and he has to keep relighting it. But he just takes that last second to enjoy some fresh air.
Yeah. And then you feel yourself falling, and the boat must be moving below the water. And there's that brief moment before the sudden shock of icy water engulfs you. And then all is darkness.
Yeah, he'll reach out for Virginia's hand as, the darkness kind of envelops him.
And Dido's white flag plays across the scene.
I'm a bit bummed we didn't get a kind of Virginia on a boat being like gigantic, on like a fucking door, being gigantically fat and inexplicably so massive to be on this door alone, and Hank's just on the edge like, I'll hang on the edge like a fucking dog, and I can't possibly get on that giant double door with you, you tubby ginger bitch, etc.
I'll never let go.
The end of Titanic is bollocks, to clarify.
Amen.
I mean, to clarify, all of Titanic is bollocks.
Hang on. Kate
Winslet.
Winslet's boobs were okay.
Wow, that's so depressing. That's like the most bleak, like, assignation for that entire fucking film.
This is a dark moment for all of us. Now, you hear a song. And you open your eyes, and you're seated in a theater with red, velvet-like seats. And there's a stage before you, and lights come on. A man walks out in a jester's outfit. It's the same man that Professor Wilkes has met before. Dressed quite incredibly. You and there are others in the audience as well, though you're transfixed, all of you, by the scene before you. He comes out and there's a patter of applause from the audience. You, in fact, find yourselves all clapping. You look over at each other and the rest of you are all here. You have a little clap as he comes on to... does a little bow. And he says... Welcome to Carcosa and the Festival of Fear. The door again lies open. The supplicants are here.
Welcome to Carcosa. It's time for fun and games, but be wary of the Bayaki. They do so love to play. Welcome to Carcosa, you who've traveled oh so far, to gaze upon the wonders of he, our Lord Hastur. His name must not be spoken, least of all in a place like this. You dare not displease him or taste his deadly kiss. So hear me now, Carcosa. The first challenge has begun. Find knowledge in these vaulted halls, a taste of what's to come. The answer that you seek is simple, yet the question is not quite. Who dares to live in the heart of Carcosa? And who stands in the light?
And at that point, that is where we're going to end tonight's episode of Call of Cthulhu Tentacle Tuesday. Well played, everybody. We have made it to Carcosa, and the true journey has begun. Congratulations, everybody. Oh, my lord. Now things are about to really kick off. Act 1 is complete, and now the true fun is about to begin, ladies and gentlemen. Settle in for a great ride, because things are about to get fucking trippy in Carcosa. But that's all I have time for tonight, aside from one thing, in fact, which is, of course, our sanity punishment, our bane for one of the players here who will lose a d6 of sanity, in addition to all of the horrible, horrible things which have happened to them here on Glumthorn Isle. So let us know here in a second what's going to happen to who. But I'll hand off to Charlie to take us out today. I had a great time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Will. That was super, super fun. It was a whole thing. Let's frame it like that. No, I had a great time and call a poem at the end. Let's go around, say who we are, our favorite moments of today, and where we can find ourselves on the internet. And let's go over to the wonderful Amelia, who's hiding behind some tentacles.
Hello. I'm Amelia Tyler. How are you doing? That was crazy. I very much enjoy my new nickname, Lawcroft. I'm glad I've actually managed to get a shot off, because that was going to go horribly wrong. Yeah, I can't make words really about what happened tonight, because there was so very much of it. But that was badass, and I can't wait to see what happens next week.
Any projects you'd like to plug?
Oh God, there are all sorts of things going on at the moment that I can't talk about. Tomorrow, I'm going to be over on Table Story doing Nocturne again. Thursday, I'm going to be at Frontier Developments doing a live stream interview with those guys. So if you want to come on over and hang out with us and hear all about voice acting for video games, then head on over. That's 7 p.m. GMT. And I'll probably be streaming again, because apparently I do that now. So come see me be a goose, or I think we may be doing Goat Simulator at some point, because why not?
Yes. Make sure you go in the goat house. That's all I will say. And the wonderful Tom, Redundant UK.
Hi. That was a hell of an episode. So many things happened. So it was just one of those episodes where it's just manic. And you just go. And it's not looking good for Reggie on the sanity front. I'm just going to say that. Not at all. He's not going to last long. But it'll be fun. It's always nice to play a character who's slowly going and descending into madness. And I look forward to doing it. I'm myself, Redundant UK. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Redundant_UK on Twitter, Redundant UK on Twitch. Yeah, I stream. But I'll be back here next week for some more lovely Call of Cthulhu. Can't wait.
Awesome. If you are watching on YouTube, you can catch us live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 p.m. UK. Watch out at the end of the month. We are getting a time change situation going on. I'm going to post over an Encounter Roleplay a couple of resources to help you figure out when in the world we are. So keep an eye out for that coming up. And Call of Cthulhu himself, Adam. How are you doing, friend?
Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. I mostly muttered that episode, honestly. So didn't have a lot of
You did it
a lot
so
of input
well,
on
though,
direction.
darling.
I just generally got led around because that seemed best. But yeah,
no
that
hitting,
was
Adam. No hitting.
No hitting.
Naughty.
That was very funny. But no, yeah, this is absolutely brilliant. Had a great time, and now we're in Carcosa, so we're all fucking dead anyway, so that's cool. Yeah, you can find me on Twitch, Call of Cthulhu, and Twitter at Ball of Cthulhu. I stream horror games and get picked on by my chat about stuff that happens here. So I'm sure that'll continue for the next week.
Why is that, Adam?
Because my chat aren't kind, and they don't see it so much as see me as. They see me less as like a part of the chat and more like the pinata that you bring out to beat the shit out of. So yeah,
like you would a granny.
Like Gareth.
Like.
Someone who is delighted to be in Carcosa has been here many times before. The wonderful Laugh Love Lindy. How are you doing?
I do actually really like Carcosa. I think it's one of my more favorite Lovecraftian places. I can't wait to be here. In case you didn't know, we were Carcosa for season 1 of Tomes and Tentacles, which you should check out also if you haven't already. But yeah, I'm really excited to be in Carcosa. Hopefully, Archie Jr. isn't here to stab me. That's my main hope about Carcosa. Anything else that happens here, fine. But if specifically he comes up to shank me one more time, that's it.
I think there's about a 70% chance he's in the fucking audience with us, honestly.
Well, as long as he doesn't shank me, I'm good.
Is it because he was shanking you with a palette knife of all things?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Yep. I don't appreciate it. It's fine. But you can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. I play and GM a lot of tabletop RPGs, including in about 4 hours on my channel. We're going to be running some Mists of Ravenloft, so it's super spooky. They're running through a haunted house right now, and it's going to be good.
I like it, keeping the spooky energy alive. And how are you doing, Panda?
I'm really good. I think I did Hank a good service there. He was a big stupid idiot to the end, doing what his heart told him to do, and
actually, the Betty thing I found awfully sad.
Yeah,
that was like proper heart catching. That shit was.
It'll get worse, trust me. But shout out to everyone on YouTube that watches these things. I know you can't join us live, but we appreciate you. Oh, there's so many lovely comments. YouTube gets a bad rap. You guys make me my heart kind of boom with happiness. All the lovely things you say. Also, I was watching Amelia's stream the other day. Check her out. She does all kinds of fucking cool voices and everything like that. And she didn't sell herself enough. Go give her a follow.
Thank you.
I second that.
New and scary things, yay!
We like new and scary things here on Encounter Roleplay. We embrace them, and it's been really nice to have you join us here on Tentacle Tuesdays. Amelia, may it long continue. For the Master of the Tentacles.
Here.
Mr. Will.
That is...
Anything you want to say today?
That is a name I respond to, yes. Man, today was a lot of fun. I'm super glad. Every week this is a challenge for me because I do the writing the night before and I write all these scenes out and I want to hit all the cool scenes with you guys. So today was about pacing and trying to hit the button on, okay, let's make decisions, let's get it going, because I want to get us to Carcosa where the fun really begins. And these guys are just fantastic about... it felt such a panic. Right, for me, as a DM, I felt the energy of the nervousness. Oh god, we got to get off it. Oh god, we got to get out. And yeah, but I tell you this much: Carcosa is where it all happens, ladies and gentlemen. Carcosa is where your dreams can come true, quite literally, and where people that you might not be expecting to meet might show up. That's all I'll say. So I'm super excited about Carcosa.
I just hope that doctor shows up so I can show my appreciation for him turning us in.
I swear to fucking God, if you bring back Agatha, I'm going to be so fucked up. You can't even... Do
it.
Put Agatha in Carcosa. Got it, yeah.
There isn't a far enough place in the world for you to go that I won't come.
But as for myself, I don't know. Check out. I'm the Twitch director over at Cobalt Press. That's what I do most of the time nowadays. So if you want to go check us out there, twitch.tv/Cobalt Press. So you can follow them at cobaltpress.com, where they've got all new Kickstarters and things happening. It seems like every damn week. So go check those guys out. They're really awesome. But yeah, that's and I wanted to echo Gareth's sentiment about the folks who've been watching on YouTube. It's been really nice to go through each of the YouTube videos each week and just see what you guys have been chatting about. And yeah, it's really great to see. So thank you guys for watching the show and joining us on this crazy adventure. That's all from me though.
So yes, thank you to all of the cast today. Go and check out everything these people are up to. They're very talented individuals. And thank you to the Chaos Chorus who have been live with us in Twitch chat. Thank you for all of your donations, retweets, clips, and commentary. You are the best. Be gentle on Adam. He's a sensitive soul.
He's a sensitive soul. Look at him. Look at him.
He asks for it. He literally begs you to hate him.
Stone cold killer.
They're like one giant, never-ending, infinite carousel of cunts. So it's nice.
I'm imagining that with the magic roundabout music for some reason.
Yeah.
What a mental image.
Like that, but you know, less Zebedee, more like your mum dying. It's like that.
On that beautiful, wonderful Cthulian image, I will remind you all that we are back live again tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. UK, with The Broken Crown, which is our Zweihander RPG game. We are currently smuggling out the King's Bastard whilst the city is burning. There are people after us. And I've heard rumors that what is on the road ahead is probably worse than what we're leaving. So much like Tentacle Tuesdays, really. So without any further ado, try not to roll too many net ones, because you'll really need them when you make sanity checks against Will in this game. And we will see you very soon. Take care, friends.
Bye! Grab them. Alright, read these guys.